Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Harbingers D&D campaign. We are so excited to be back here and jumping back into the story. Um, yeah, we are super stoked. Good to see you guys all hopping on. Um, and hopping on as we continue the stream tonight. Last week we did have our recap session or our recap episode, where we basically recapped all of the important information and some funny events from episodes 25 through 37. So if you haven't had the chance to catch up during this time, oh, and my camera's freaking out, so we're gonna switch it to a different camera. Sorry, guys, that was not happening earlier.
Technology, man.
I know,
Every
it
time.
decided we're streaming. Let's not work anymore. So we're just gonna turn that camera off. Here you go. Now you get this one doesn't steer me wrong. So there we
Huh.
go.
Yeah, that's something. There we go. Yeah.
Welcome in, Eight Man, and Not the Real J, and everyone else as well. We are so excited to have you guys. And Lady Noir. Um, Yeah, we're super stoked for tonight. Trying to remember. Yeah, rip the camera. Just decided to die tonight. But yeah, so last session was our recap session. So if you haven't had the chance or you maybe missed some episodes, if you want to learn about the important information to know going forward, just rewatch that episode, and it'll give you all the important updates and a little live Q&A. You can see our responses to some of the questions that you guys asked in the chat. Um, Announcements are that's a good question. We'll be streaming next week. Also the same Harbingers campaign. Yeah, I think that's really it for announcements. There's not much. So we're excited to have everyone on the cast here tonight. We do have new art for Nuri and Amaris that we talked about last time in our recap episode, or showed for the first time in the recap episode, and it'll be featured here tonight as well. So, without further ado, I think it's time that we hop into the recap of the session before this. Not the recap session, but the session before that, the last one. So, and Melody Wolf, we love the new art too. It's awesome. So, so we'll hop into the recap by Nori or Sierra.
I'm Nuri as well, it's fine.
Mhm.
Well, last session was pretty darn crazy. We started by entering Basin Wind, where the party split up, and Douse went to a temple to file his stuff to become a cleric. Coolio there. The rest of the party went shopping and got a place for the horses and the carriage to stay while they're in town. While they were doing that, this creepy old lady came right up to Nuri and was like, haha, you're split between two courts. And she had a full-on panic attack. And then the old lady found them again and took them to a Fey tea shop where they found out she's actually a Fey witch, which is essentially a hag.
Monster card.
So,
of
a
that.
monster card, yes. The monster card hag. But they're called Fey witches. And she was like, hey, information for information. And Amaris said to Nuri that if Nuri wanted it to make it up to Amaris to give her the time piercer word. And so Nuri did, and I guess they're a little bit on better terms now. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. And they found out that this Fey witch has been friends, maybe, with Amaris' older brother, and he had made a deal with her that got Nuri out of trouble when she was younger, like 48 years ago. Darn elves. And then they learned that the Heralder is going after the Winter Court throne so that he can become the United King, and he's going to do that by either forcing Azon or he's going to murder everyone in that family, including Nuri, so that he has rightful claim to the throne. And Nuri accidentally let slip that she's royalty, and that was a mess up. Oopsies. Despite Amaris' best attempts to cover it up, it didn't get covered up. Then they learned about the Obsidian Knight, and Nuri put together, oopsies, that's her husband, Esmond. Then, as they were leaving, Dusty asked the Fey Witch, her name was Sasha, by the way, some questions, and he talked a little bit about why he became a druid and how nature feels like a void for him. And it's kind of like someone was missing, and that's like what nature kind of is for him. And he got a wood teapot, and it was super cool. And then they went home and called Azon, and there was this little phone passing back and forth, and then Esmond called with some terrible, confusing but good, I don't know, news, which Emily has a clip to play for you guys.
Yep. Alrighty. So we're gonna play that clip. You guys may want to you might need to raise up the volume just for this clip, but here we're gonna play it in 3, 2, 1. You and as you turn back to the party, you hear in your mind ascending. And you hear Esmond's voice.
And?
Your
And?
husband.
Yep. No, we know that. We've
Yeah.
been over that. Yep. Yep.
As you hear him speak to you, and he says, sorry, it took me a minute. Bad news. And I can't explain better. It's all a mess. He seems to be panting really hard. You'll be happy to know Omi is safe. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Alrighty. Oh, yes. Omi is safe. At least that's what Esmond says. So, with that cliffhanger of an ending that came from Esmond, we are going to start off right into the action today with Nori's response, with her 25-word response. I am going to move you guys to a map here real quick with some AI art I got for Basin Wind.
Snazzy.
Yeah, I got some snazzy art here. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. Well, it looks like can we see everybody? Everybody good? Oh.
Yes.
I think I know what everyone is, what the can't see me is. Yep.
It's on our end. We can't see you. Not on the stream set.
I just fixed it. I realized that after I announced it. I was like, oh wait, it's probably on their end. Can you see me now, guys?
Yes.
Alrighty, perfect. Okay. Alrighty. So, without further ado, let's get into Nuri's response.
This is really hard. Okay. Okay. I'm already stressing. Okay. What do you mean he's safe? What happened? Send me another message within 10 minutes or you're in trouble. What do you mean he's safe? I just got off there.
Oh gosh, I love that. Alrighty. So, as you finish that, right, the rest of the party is in the room here. And
Except for Douse.
Except for Douse. Douse, you just woke up in the other room.
Is this early morning or is this late?
It's late at night.
So
Okay.
did he come back from the temple then?
Yeah, he came back from the temple.
Okay.
You can assume he's asleep.
Okay, yeah, Douse is just asleep. Everyone else. Everyone else, you do hear Nuri say this. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
Mars turns around and is just like, is everything okay?
I don't know. Esmond just said that, like, pretty much bad and, like, not good. Bad news. Yeah, bad news. Ami is safe. Like, why does he end with that? You'll be happy to know Ami is safe, but does it say anything else? But she's just like...
I mean, if he's safe, that's a good thing, right? I mean...
yes, him being safe is a good thing, but he shouldn't have been in danger to begin with. He should be at the temple. Oh,
that is very concerning.
Hmm.
Nuri, for the first time, and you guys will have noticed this, in several days, she actually pulls out Val's flask and takes a long swig of it.
Starting up alcoholism. No, that's bad.
Amaris is just going to like reach up and just lower the flask away from Nuri's face and just be like, everything is going to be okay.
Correspond. Oh, I mean, send me another. It'll be fine. She goes to take another swig.
No, she pushes it back down.
After a moment, you hear his voice in your mind once again. Man, sendings always get me. Okay. He goes, a friend tipped me off about a monster getting too close to the temple he resided at. I defeated the Mind Flayer. And Ami is safe. That's all the words that he has. Because you can kind of hear, like, at the end, he goes, and then he's like, oh shoot, I have 3 words. Is just kind of the panic you hear in his voice, and he's like, Ami is safe. Like,
Okay. I might have counted wrong then, because I thought he had 2 words. And I was like, did you just end off with Ami is?
Ami is.
So
No, I thought he had 3, 4, but I don't know.
I might have miscounted.
That's okay.
casually drops. Yeah, there was a mind flayer after him. I killed it. Don't worry. Brushes some mind flare juice off his shoulder. Just like, don't worry, it's fine.
I
You just
killed
hear like a
the mind
squelching
flayer.
noise on the end.
Gross.
As if his wife was not impressed enough by him.
There's a reason she's married to the Obsidian Knight, alright?
Single-handedly defeats a mind flare.
Casually.
No big deal.
Exactly.
Okay, so did it end off on Ami is or Ami is safe?
Ami is safe.
Okay. Oh, okay. A mind flare.
A mind flare? Like the one we fought in that dream?
Yes. No. Wait.
That was a dream holder.
Mind flare or dream holder?
Hasn't been trying to visit this
Where am I
person.
at?
But what about it? What about it?
Where
Obviously trying to
are you and Ami now? Who was this friend? She sends a sending immediately after being like, are you close to Basin Wind? That's where I am now. I can turn out all the lights, make shadows or something if needed. Please respond. That's what
Okay,
she says.
so he's responding to the sending you sent him right after that. With his 25 words. Everyone roll your dice extra carefully. We don't need more arson. Nice, Roxy Bird. You're right. We don't need more arson.
It's always the option.
He responds with, oh gosh, okay. Because that was a lot that you just asked him. Because I feel like this is also like not only my reaction to be like, what do I say next, but also like Esmond's reaction is he's like trying to count on his fingers, like, how do I? Because Ami is with me. With Nuvian. He'll be safe here. Safest here. My friend is someone I work with and trust. I am not near Basin Wind currently. That is his
Hello.
response. Hello. Oh,
Arson or not arson? How, like,
how about no arson?
so low? Is that your no?
Let's go low.
Low for
Don't
no
worry,
arson.
honey. I
For
kidnapped
don't
our
arson.
son.
This is why our videos will never be monetized, by the way.
Arson or no arson? We do not promote or condone arson in here. Or at least in real
In
life.
game. In game. We just gotta end it all with in game. Arson,
In-game.
in game.
In game, entirely in game.
Oh gosh.
You guys don't hear what Esmond is saying to Nuri, but her face definitely says a lot. Because it goes from, like, kind of concerned and, like, worried to just, like, a little bit like, wait, what? No. And, like, a little bit of rage. And she's like, are you flipping kidding me right now? She looks like she's ready to murder someone.
Maybe her husband.
Maybe her husband. And she's gonna take another swig. And she's, like, viciously rubbing her finger against the engraven rose that's on there. And it seems like she's really just trying to keep herself calm. And once in a while, you can see little magical sparks between her fingers. And then she's like, nope, rein it in. She's really trying. And she's going to do another sending. What does what?
Amaris takes a step back.
She's trying.
Dusty's gonna like move an empty cup, because I assume we're sitting at a table. He like moves an empty cup towards you, and then pulls out the tea kettle he got and just like pours you a small glass of tea. Just kind of like inches it towards you.
Dusty, one thing you notice with that is as you pour the tea, it doesn't seem to like drain any more out of the pot.
Ooh, okay. Decanter of endless tea. I see. Very good.
Yep.
Just kind of
Don't show that to Wei. She might get some ideas.
Fill the
prefers
ocean
to
with
yourself.
tea. Oh gosh.
Not again.
This really is.
I was
This is
thinking more of
really an
the
American
along the
live
lines
stream.
of tea is just hot water with extra stuff added to it, so she might be nagging Douse to start making her tea instead.
So, and
Yeah,
you'll
he
be
just-
burning your arm.
Just like pushes it towards you. Just kind of
I'll be right
offering it
back.
just in case.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Dusty pours you a cup of tea, and Nuri, you cast sending again.
I do cast sending again. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. You took him to Nuvian? The one I explicitly said I was gonna kill? The one I begged you to run away from? The one that is literally
you
at fault?
stopped. You lost out.
She
You
sends another sending
Run
immediately.
away.
She's so mad. She sends another sending immediately. It is like,
When I beg you
told
to run away.
to run away from him. I begged you. It's his fault. Ami is this way. You. How can you guarantee? Do I have 4 left? Is that what it is? 5?
No, you have hold on, what is this math? 15 plus 3. So you've used 18 in this.
Okay. Just said, how can you guarantee that he won't hurt him again?
Nailed it.
To get my numbers. He goes, Nuri, Nuvian is not our enemy. He is good. I know it. I've grown up with him. He would never hurt Ami, I can promise. And then you sent another one, so he'll have an additional 24. You that. I know I said that I would run with you, and I still will. I promise that. But the fight is not over.
So, you remember that poll we put up about if Nuri should stay married to Esmond on Facebook? Y'all remember the Facebook poll and how the majority was that she should stay married to the guy? You can recount your vote. I mean, if you want. You
Also,
can change.
Roxy Bird said, and James Potter grew up with Peter Pettigrew, but look how that turned out.
Fair. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. It's probably fine.
Don't forget, he killed a mind flayer for you.
Yeah.
He killed a mind flare for you, but took your son to your worst enemy.
He just thought it'd be
wonder.
easier. He just thought it'd be better.
Where's this body of the mind flare? There's no evidence.
There's no evidence.
He's just claiming he killed a mind flayer.
Nuri puts the flask away and high or low, Megan.
Hi.
Okay. Nuri looks. She has that kind of like crazy, angry glare in her eye, like she did when she talked to Esmond before, found out who Nuvian was. And then she looks to you, and then calms herself down, puts on a smile. So he took Ami to Nuvian. And, says Nuvian is not our enemy because he grew up with him.
What?
Right? That's great.
Wait, so just to be clear, Nuvian is who I think he is, and he just kind of like takes a glance over his shoulders and stuff, just to make sure no one's around.
Yes, he is. Exactly who you think he is. The one, do I not remind you all, is sent his people to kill me and my son?
Maybe you should bring that up to him.
What is he doing?
You know what? Okay, yeah, I'll send. It's fine. I'll send him another one. Right, it's okay.
Do you have any more spell slots?
I have one more. Okay. She's using her last level 4 spell slot. This is my last sending for now. Need I remind you that he sent assassins to kill me and your son, who you then had to betray and hurt to please this friend?
I think you're cut off. I
Well,
think
that should
that's
be about it.
That's about it.
You get Esmond. Oh yeah, I forgot. He goes.
Oh.
Let's see. He goes. That wasn't Nuvian. I followed up with them, and they were a stray group that have since now, been dealt with. I made sure that. Then he sends one more sending. They would never hurt you again. I talked to Nuvian about it, and he agreed that they were acting alone. I'm sorry for this mess. So you get 25 more words and that's it.
If Nuvian truly wasn't at fault, you wouldn't have had to stay away. You promised not to take Ami. You broke it. Where is my son? She doesn't say any other words, though she has more.
And you wait and wait some more, but it doesn't seem like a response is coming.
Everyone's out of spell slots.
Yes, Seji, homeboy is on thin ice. Also, I don't think he ever promised to not take Ami. He never said anything.
He said, I promised, like he said, I will leave him there. I wouldn't dream of taking him away from his mother.
Yeah, that's right.
He promised
late,
not to.
ETM.
I said, promise, you will not touch him. You won't take him away. Literally said
And
that. And
he
he broke it.
He totally did.
That's right.
Yikes.
So you guys hear that side of it. Her sit there for a while. No answer come from her facial expressions. And
They all ran out of cell phone data.
she stands up and I'm gonna get some sleep. If you all would notify Douse of what has happened, I think it would be beneficial to us to get information on the closest toadstool to us so we can solve the comas as quick as possible. I'll have to bring Ami if I have the way to revive him. It'll work. Okay. I'm gonna get some sleep. And she's gonna go just lay down in the bed because they were meeting in the girls' room. as I recall from last session. She's gonna go lay down in the bed, and you guys see that she takes out the flask again, takes a swig, but then like lays down, and she's pretty much just like cuddling the flask. And her owl is like perched on like the top of the bedpost, like watching over her, and the words are like kind of spiraling around, kind of just checking out shadows and stuff. And yeah.
Dusty?
Amaris.
Yeah,
Amaris
you go.
Amaris looks over at Dusty, just like, you talk it over with Douse. You guys are sharing a room.
Dusty just kind of nods, and he stands up and he walks out.
First off, Seji said, "You're too good for him, Queen."
Big time facts.
Yeah, Queen. Also, everyone, I'm trying to figure out why the comments are not showing up on the stream, so I apologize. Hopefully it fixes itself. Twitch is showing up on the stream. I don't know
Twitch.
why YouTube is glitching
At
out.
one point we had YouTube and not Twitch, and now we have Twitch and not YouTube. It's just whatever.
I have no
Whatever,
idea.
man.
It decides it's a fickle thing, but yeah, I'm gonna try and figure that out. But you guys may continue.
Amaris is gonna go over. She sits on the other bed. And she sits there for a while, just kind of looks at Nuri before she starts singing a soft lullaby.
That's really sweet. Nuri doesn't seem to give any noticeable reaction as she's just laying there, but eventually you do see her breathing. Her breathing becomes more steady as she has drifted off to a short sleep. About 1 hour, let's say.
So some might call that a short rest.
There we go. Alrighty. With that, I think we will fast forward through the night unless there's something someone wants to do.
I remember we had said Douse was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
When Dusty comes in, is he like in bed out snoring? Is that like, how far asleep is he? I guess is my question for Dane here.
That's a good question. At what time of night is it? Would you say?
I'd say at this point it's maybe like 11.
Oh yeah, Douse is probably out. Like, he's been asleep for maybe an hour.
Okay, that does make sense. Dusty kind of walks over towards him, and he like leans his head over in front of him, and he sees his eyes completely closed, and he just kind of like stands back up, shrugs.
Way reach out to him at all? I have
That's
no
technically
idea.
possible.
No idea if Way sleeps.
Wait, so you're asking if like Way is reaching out to him to wake him up, or
Reaching out to Dusty.
oh, to
As
Dusty?
Dusty like comes over, he checks.
Is Dusty like purposefully trying to reach out to Way, or?
No, not inherently. He ain't about talking to Way unless he's a return kind of guy, not a initiation kind of guy with Way.
Okay.
That's the terms they're on.
Alrighty. Yeah, she doesn't say anything.
Okay. Then Dusty will return to his bed and he'll go to sleep as well. He figures out I'll just tell him tomorrow.
Okay, alrighty. Everyone goes to sleep and the morning dawns. And the first thing that happens in the early morning.
Actually, before that, Nuri will wake up after an hour. I sent you a message. You might not have seen it. But after an hour, Houdini's going to wake her up because that will be a short rest. And she's going to send a message.
Oh, okay.
Message time.
Yeah. So, sorry, DM. If that's okay, if you
No.
want me not to, I don't have to.
I'm assuming, is it to Quinn?
No.
Oh, okay, because you were about to receive a sending from Quinn. So,
Okay, no, it's going to
Professor Quill.
No, it's going to. She's
Drown
doing.
in the dungeon.
Mind flag the town.
What will she know?
Yeah. Okay, Nuri, you're sending message.
Yes.
To
She gains a
who?
spell slot in 3rd level, and then she immediately loses it.
So your message or sending?
Sending, not message. Sending. She's sending a message. It's a sending. She kind of wakes up kind of groggily, shakes her head, and then just goes, Esmond? Where is my son? Respond. This will happen every hour until you do. And no, she doesn't say anything else.
It takes a few minutes. Not like terribly long, maybe like 2 minutes before you get a response of kind of like you hear a sigh first. And he goes, Ami is with me and Nuvi and Ami is with me and Nuvian. Ami is with me and Nuvian. Here at our base. Please trust me when I say it is the safest place Ami can be now.
That's all he says, right?
Yes. She's that way.
Well, she can't do anything.
Yeah.
She will be scribbling in her journal. Spellbook.
Hey.
For an hour.
And then you're gonna send another sending?
Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Waits an hour. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. So, like, where exactly? I'm gonna come get him. Also appreciate the comment. So she's that wife. from our
That
YouTube
wife in what
chat.
way? What?
You know, the good kind of wife.
The good kind? Okay.
Yeah.
Not the crazy kind? That's good.
Not the crazy kind. Not the burn down a town kind.
The mama bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say it was 11, you slept till 12, sent a sending, then 12 to
so-
1 a.m. It's now 1 a.m.
At 1 a.m., she'd want to, but I just saw that hidden within this description because I was reading it again to make sure I got it right. She can only do it actually once. So.
Rumble,
Okay.
grumble.
So she can't, but she's got things to say. So she rests so she can in the morning.
All right, morning dawns, and you get a sending in the morning from none other than Quinn Cadal. it comes very striking into your mind as she just immediately was like, "Oh my gosh, Nuri!" Sorry, I had to count. I am so terribly sorry, but I have no idea where Ami is. There were reports on a creature, but IDK.
Is IDK a word? Do abbreviations count?
DM overrules.
It's
So,
DM
three
overruled.
different words, one for each letter.
IDK. But IDK.
All right.
She's like, homegirl is sleeping really mad.
Okay. So in this lovely morning, yay, let me regain my spell slots. Okay. Man, I'm so mad. I don't know if you can hear my voice like trembling in anger, but it kind of is. Okay,
Good.
gotta calm myself down. This
You're
woman. Okay. Ami was taken by the Obsidian Knight, working for the Harbinger. For now, he's
The Harbinger?
yeah. This is what she says to Quinn, that the
You
Obsidian
mean the
Knight,
Heralder?
Heralder. Oh, dang it!
It's
That's
in
what
red
I was
The
now.
like.
Harbinger can't.
I'm like, hold on, I
Oh.
can't let you confuse those words because
No, my
that's
bad.
something
My bad.
else.
It's Heralder. Heralder. I'm just so mad right now. Okay, Heralder. She said Heralder. Okay. Sorry. What did I say? Okay. Ami was taken by the Obsidian Knight, who works for the Heralder. Okay. Supposedly, there was a mind flare? Is a mind flare one word or two words?
One
Mind
word.
flare. A mind flare. Mind flare. There we go. There was a mind flare nearby. I'm working on finding Ami. Heavy sigh. It's just like
Okay. You don't get a response back.
okay.
Douse.
Nuri.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'm spending another message,
oh, okay.
if that's fine.
Yeah.
I sent another message. And if Amaris is awake, she's hearing all of this. To Esmond. Okay. She's gonna throw some medieval insults. You ready for this? Okay.
Oh!
Yippee! Shakespeare class coming in handy.
Woo! Okay. She kind of like shouts this, but I'm not gonna shout that because I don't want to hurt audience's ears nor concern my neighbors. So she just shouts really angrily, You backwater, elf-skinned gnome kisser! How dare you do this to me and our son? You got the head of a rock! Then there's like a sigh of calming herself down. Say whatever you want, but you crossed the line, and that's just where it ends.
You were supposed to wake up feeling less mad, but
Nope.
She
She's
thought
mad.
it over, and she realized, no, this is something to be upset about.
Like if
She's
you
really
say
mad.
that and then turn around, Amaris is just sitting up in bed staring at you just like, oh shoot.
wide-eyed.
I wasn't shouting at you, Amaris. I was shouting at Esmond. Sorry. Did I wake you? Sorry.
No, I figured you were yelling at him.
Awkward silence.
After a moment,
You know what? Actually, yes. Roxy Bird put this in the chat. Amaris is going to say this. Did you drink too much again?
Probably not enough, actually. But thank you for asking. There's gonna pull out her spell book kind of awkwardly.
after a moment, you get a response of a simple I deserve that. I know you are probably furious right now, but I did what I thought was best for our son. And he's gonna end it there. You know what? Yeah, chat inspiration. Roxy Bird, you got another inspiration to give to one of the players.
Let's go. Dusty's already got advantage on his next persuasion check. That's fantastic.
Douse has done nothing to deserve that inspiration.
This is okay. We shall find it. We shall seek.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like we probably Dusty probably, when Nuri like screams, would come towards the door and like make sure everything's okay. But before that happens, I kind of want him to like explain to Douse what had happened the night before. We don't have to roleplay that because Dane heard it, but he just kind of explains what's going on, and he's like, so she's a little bit upset today. That's probably why.
Yeah. Douse would have woken up, if that was loud enough of a yell, to be like, what on earth is going on?
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
that's what happened. And
Very good.
and Dusty explained everything to you about their conversation with the Fey Witch, about their conversation with what's his face, Azon,
Yep.
and everything that's going on with Nuri and Esmond.
Yep.
All right.
City night, everything. Yeah.
Nods because I didn't tell her Happy Woman's Day. Yeah. Happy National Women's Day.
Yippee!
Yep. But yeah, when Dusty hears Nuri scream expletives, he probably can't hear what she's actually saying and just hears Nuri screaming, and so he like goes in to check on them. Just kind of like,
Is this in common or in Sylvan that she's swearing?
Common.
Okay.
But Dusty, you do take a moment, a few minutes to explain to Douse, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are y'all going to do today?
That's
Gonna
a
head
very good
over
question.
to Lake Mount? Gonna talk to the info broker?
That's a very, very good question. I think so. Dusty's gonna kind of come in a little bit after Nuri has finished her frustration and everything. You just kind of like you see the door creak. Like, actually, you don't see the door creak open. You hear like a gentle knock on the outside of the door from higher than Douse could reach. You probably figure it's Dusty.
Yeah, Amaris just like cracks the door open. Or no, she like opens the door enough that she can just slip out and close it behind her, and she's just gonna be like, give her a minute.
Okay. Dusty kind of nods. Is Douse with him? Did Douse go with Dusty to check up on him?
Between having him go downstairs to start preparing breakfast or following you along behind, he'd follow along behind, I guess, just to make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
Plus, this is an inn, so someone else you can just order food.
Yeah. Dusty will just kind of nod to Amaris's comment. It's like, okay. It'd probably good to have someone here with her just to be a friend and keep her some company. And he just kind of like looks towards you guys, almost like expectantly, as if to say, like, who would like to do it?
I can do it.
Dusty nods, says,
You gonna be okay with that, Amaris?
I should be fine.
Okay.
If she takes things too far, I can handle it.
okay.
All right.
Also, welcome Ren to the chat. Hi.
Welcome. Much drama to be had here. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
All the time.
Dusty is just like, okay, well, we'll be waiting downstairs then. And call us if anything happens. Just kind of like bows slightly and then starts walking down the stairs.
Mars goes back into the room.
Alrighty. Well, Dusty, Douse, what are you guys going to do?
That is a fantastic question.
What do we need before we can head on to the next town?
Well, we've got food for the horses. I've got plenty of spare food in my pouch just in case we need anything else. As far as food goes, we're pretty set. I suppose any gear, armor, weapons that we might need. It sounds like we're taking a detour, though. Unless, of course, that thing Nuri mentioned is here and or on the way to where the alchemist's at.
The ring.
Yeah, the ring. That's what Dusty's referring to. It's like the. It's like I think she said the toadstool ring. I'm not sure. Some relic, something like that.
Yes, the toadstool ring. We can try to find one that's close to here. How close it is, I am not entirely sure.
That is a very good question.
How do you find a toadstool ring exactly? Like, is there a spell asking around? I don't understand too much of getting into the how they work and whatnot.
Dusty
Well,
just kind of.
Well, there is like this little ceremonial song and dance that you got to do. You got to like burn incense and then do some kind of chant.
Something like that.
Sounds like witchcraft.
Wait, can Dusty make maybe a some kind of check for that?
A history check
I guess it would be a history check. I mean, so
to remember how they work.
Dusty doesn't know inherently about this particular thing by name. He technically knows about it, but he doesn't know that he knows. So a history check might make sense.
Yeah, let's do a history check. Amaris also does know. Nuri and Amaris are the ones who do know perfectly how they work.
Yeah, I don't think they're down here though. I think they're up in Nuri's room still.
Yeah, but Douse asked how to find them.
Yeah, and so Amaris said that.
Oh, Amaris
He's
is
more of
with-
asking like how do you find one and whatnot.
Dusty, roll your history check.
Right. I will roll. Okay, history. Boom.
Let's see
4.
some dance moves.
4.
4. Yeah. What Amaris is saying sounds right. You don't really remember much.
Right.
I mean, like, can we find this thing quickly? Is this going to take a process? Do we need to go grab some materials?
Usually takes about 48 hours.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, there was a pretty nice hat in the store that I walked by on the way back last night. Do you need any ceremonial hats?
Oh yes, definitely. Those are very important.
Okay. I'll definitely go grab one.
This is also like a hot spot for textiles, and like clothing. So if Dusty and Douse wanted to get new outfits too, they can.
Yeah, Douse, you weren't here for this, but Amaris does have a new outfit. It's a midnight purple that like top that goes into like a half skirt in the back, lighter skirt underneath that, and there's like gold floral embroidery going up the back.
It's quite nice. At the monastery, we only ever really get them as we complete our pilgrimage and whatnot. This is my basic gear, but yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Shopping spree.
Shopping.
I
Yeah.
just okay, for all of you guys watching, if you want to, you should follow us on Instagram. We're under Rosemary PG Studios. But the reason I bring this up is because today I posted a reel that's specifically about Douse.
Ah,
I
yes.
think you should watch it. It's so funny. It's totally Douse. Just the whole monk
Classic.
vibe of inner peace and slipping into cooking. It's very fun.
Very nice. Yeah, Dusty says, well, I suppose Douse and I can head out and find some stuff. Well, I suppose if there's ceremonial garb that we need to pick, you may want to go with him. But, I mean, it may be good to wait for Nuri. Once she's here, we can officially get started.
Definitely. Maybe just have our breakfast while we wait for her downstairs then.
Dusty, high or low?
Let's go with high. Let's go with high.
Okay, so you guys are talking about, oh, let's go get this stuff. Maybe you can go with Douse to get all that, and she just goes, "I'm joking."
What? Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, that makes it. Oh, all right.
It's a toadstool ring. You'll totally know it when you see it.
Okay. That makes sense. Guess that's a lot simpler then.
I love how like Douse is just canonically confused a lot, just all the time. I feel
Yeah.
like she's like, "You'll know it when you see it," and he's still like, "I don't even know what it is."
What's a
It's a
toadstool?
Oh my gosh. A mushroom. It is basically a ring of mushrooms.
Ooh. They grow in rings? Interesting.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
I thought they would kind of like a reef. Oh.
Alrighty. So Nuri, after a little while, they've been having this conversation for a little bit. What are you doing?
She's written a lot in her spell book. And if they're downstairs, she'll go join them downstairs.
Okay. So you join them downstairs as they are all finishing up their breakfast meal.
I think it would be a lovely start if we went back to Sasha and asked her where a toadstool ring is. Maybe she knows of one nearby.
I guess that makes sense. She'd probably know.
Yes.
Sasha is the witch lady you were talking about.
Yeah, I told you about her. She seems nice.
She's very nice. Yes, she's also a Fey witch, so be careful.
No deals and everything or something.
Now be careful of your deals. Right. Oh, Douse, sorry. How was the temple?
It was good. I mean, just went through my usual ceremonial stuff, getting paperwork for one, as well as spending a lot of time trying to commune with the goddess and show a little bit of dedication and whatnot. But it worked out well. I think I'm starting to learn a few things.
Good.
That's good. Glad Way
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with it. A little worried about that, but that's good.
Yeah, it's where I got this wonderful pendant. And he's got now like a little dolphin pendant that he uses as his religious focus.
Huh. Cool.
Oh, that looks lovely. The dolphin, like the dolphin stories. Yeah.
Yeah, and, it's in honor of Junipass and whatnot.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well then, shall we get going?
Yeah, I suppose so. We're all finished up here.
Wonderful.
Did you get something to eat? Nuri?
Oh,
Probably.
yep, I'm full.
Oh,
We're
okay.
good.
All right. I guess we'll.
Amaris is gonna slide a plate of food over to her, and it's just like, you need more than whatever's in that flask.
Right, okay. She like looks for a moment like she's like, where is the plate? And then she like grabs it and slides it over. You can assume she has been drinking a lot. She'll have some food, but just a little bit because she seems very anxious to get everyone out the door.
She eats enough.
She eats enough, yeah.
Alrighty.
So yeah, she'll lead the party straight back to the tea shop, Fey tea shop, and find the brick, and then knock on it. I think it was 3 times.
Yep. Okay. So you guys go down into the alleyway. Knock on the stone 3 times, and the doorway appears out of the stone and opens up into a beautiful room. Just full of hanging plants and greenery, beautiful cured hardwood floors, and there's no metal in sight. Everything is built purely out of wood. Even with like the joints of certain things of like structures are carved in a very specific style of wood carving that allows it so that there doesn't have to be metal in order for it to be put there. And as you walk in, it seems almost as if a lot of the same people were there that were there from before. A table full of satyrs that seem to have gained an extra satyr there as they continue to have a tea party together. And you notice you do notice an elven man who seems to be looking at a piece of paper and sipping some tea as he's flipping through the pages of kind of a newspaper-like thing. Here in this little cafe, there's the bar. Pixies are running around delivering drinks. Yeah, and you notice as you come in, the door closes behind you just gently, and there is that big archway that has the hanging leaves, and you see the leaves get pulled aside as a young elven woman with fiery red hair and a very warm, summery shirt on as she steps out from being inside that room and walks over to where you guys are, but going towards the door. She's kind of like going past you, like, excuse me, as she goes and she walks out the door.
She's not recognizable to Amaris and I, correct?
You guys do not seem to recognize her.
Cool. Cool. Nuri's gonna go to the bartender and be like, is Sasha in the house? In the cafe?
You see that the bartender this morning, at least, is a very tall furbolg that has very bright pink fur. And you just hear a very deep voice coming from him as he is, yeah, in the back room. Just, you can head on in. She just finished with her last appointment.
Thank you. And then Nuri's gonna just like grab, she has like this section of hair hanging, she like kind of just grabs it, is like, I like your color. We match. And she's gonna head to the back room.
He gives a little quirk of a smile.
Nuri's just gonna walk in and like look behind her and be like, come on, waving her friends in.
Douse, this is all new to you. Everyone else has been here before, but Douse, to you,
Yeah.
all of this is new. It's very cozy in here.
Very cozy.
Yeah, he's equating to like a few like mermaids back home where they had like seaweed over their draped over their entryways of like their houses and stuff.
Aww,
He's like
the memories.
kind of sees it, like a little bit of naturey resemblance stuff, but he's
Alrighty.
still slightly bewildered of what's going on.
Yeah. So you guys head on in through the dangling vines. And as the vines close behind you, you do not hear the chatter from inside the main area of the cafe anymore. And you come on in and you see Sasha there as she is just pouring herself some tea. Again, and refilling. Takes a sip.
Nuri,
Ah,
when she comes in, she's like, Sasha! And she's wearing her new outfit and stuff. And she's like, I got a new style. And she's gonna like go right up to Sasha and like kind of lean on her shoulder. And she's definitely, it smells like whiskey.
Low inebriated.
Sasha's going to put her cup down as she kind of looks up at you and she goes, "Ah, yes, you did." And she kind of grabs your hand and just pulls it off of her shoulder. A little just like repulsed of the touch. She
Nuri like kind of
goes,
stumbles a bit because she like was putting her weight on Sasha.
yeah, and she kind of directs you all to the seats in front of her. There seem to be 5 seats around the table, so you guys can all get one. Ah,
I like to imagine Douse's first reaction to the sound going away from outside was like, "Oh, I know the spell. Silence." Right? No, I can hear myself talking.
she goes, "Oh dear, it's just a barrier spell, a privacy spell, so that
Oh,
everything in here is only in here."
oh, that's handy.
Yes. Oh, a witch has her way.
Ooh.
And she looks very at this point the glimmer on her or at least how she appears to you guys is very young actually. Like a very young woman. Um as she just coyly smiles at you all as you guys all take a seat, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And she pours some tea out of a teapot that is very similar to the teapot Dusty has. And she pours some tea, pours some milk into them all, and she pushes them all towards you guys, your tea. She pushes the one towards Nuri a lot closer to her as she goes, "Dear, I believe you should drink some. You're a little wasted."
That's kind of the point.
Ah,
And you're only saying she's only a little wasted?
I was trying to be polite. What do you want? I assume this isn't for pleasure. And then she
Amaris
turns to
actually-
Dusty. She turns to Dusty real quick, and she goes, "But for you, honey, it's always pleasure."
Dusty nods. He says, "Yes, of course. I really do enjoy this place." As he's walked in and as he's been walking around, he's again in this sort of like effervescent. It's like his head's in the clouds. You can like see him. He's just like happy to be here.
Dusty's like, "This is the greatest place in the world." All right, Amaris, you were saying?
Yeah, before Nuri has a chance to speak, Amaris is going to cut in. Like she's going to be taking charge on this one. Nuri is not really capable at the moment. I'm sorry.
Entirely fair.
We were wondering if you could help us find a toadstool ring. It's pretty important that we find one.
Looking for some fast traveling now, aren't you?
Yes, we're just wondering if there's one nearby.
Oh, well, there could be.
Bless you.
Did someone sneeze?
Yeah, sorry, my roommate's right here.
No, that's okay. Totally
That's-
startled the crud out of me. Oh gosh, no, you're totally fine. What was she? Yes, well, I could answer that question for you, but I do need some information in return. You know how this works.
Yes, I do know how this works. We just went through this yesterday. Amaris thinks for a bit. She has something in mind. And out of everyone here, Douse is the only one that doesn't know this. I have, and like she's very uncomfortable saying this.
High or low, Megan?
Low.
This is to see if Douse realizes if he's part of the reason that things might be uncomfortable. Okay, that's 5. Douse will lean over and just be like, I can take a step outside if you would like.
No, it's fine. I just don't know if she told you this.
Okay.
And then she takes a deep breath. I have a set of triplet older sisters, and 2 of them are out to kill me. And I'd rather not be found by them.
I need some names, dear, in order for that to be worth my while.
I need to be sure you won't leave them to me.
Oh, I'm an info broker. If people want information, they come to me, but they do have to pay a high price for it.
Well, this one's going to be an extra high price. All right?
All right.
The ones after me are named Dahlia and Doom.
Ah. Alrighty, good to know. Well, for your information, the toadstool you're looking for is nearby. Do any of you have a map? I could put it on there for you.
Nuri pulls out a map.
She's coherent enough?
She struggles to pull out the map, and then Dusty goes over and helps her. Pulls out the map.
I can only imagine Nuri going to pull out the map, but she pulls it out a little too hard and falls out of her seat.
Falls over.
Mm-hmm. Let me pull it out real quick. It's closer. It's like right there. I don't know if you can all see this on the map, but you have a new toadstool ring discovered.
Yay.
For the audience's information, toadstool rings allow you to travel into the Fey wilds, but they also allow you to travel between toadstool rings. So it's a form of fast travel. basically, which is very nice. She points it out. She goes, "Oh, there's one just outside of town. It's gonna be right over here. I believe the toadstool. What was his name? Let's see. Oh, it was Gerber. That's what it was."
And do you know what Gerber likes? Does he have any friends around?
True, true. You know how a toadstool works. Well, it just so happens that this particular toad prefers very frilly and fancy hats. The more gaudy, the better.
Shopping!
There was a ceremony.
For
Sorry, those who, you know what? No, everyone make or no, what's everyone's passive perception?
17 for me.
20.
12.
Okay, I'll say you all hear Amaris snicker a little bit.
About the hats?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
And if Sasha looks at her just like, you think that's funny, like if she looks at her like that, she's just like, I'm not laughing at that. I actually made a joke about it this morning, like completely joking. I didn't know that this was the this was actually for this ring.
So Sasha does quirk a smile at your laughter, actually. She goes, "I know, it's pretty... it tickles a little bit." For the audience's information, I don't remember if we completely explained this before, or it's probably been a long time, but a toadstool ring, like I said, is a way to fast travel. In order to travel through them, you have to talk to the toad, the Fey toad, basically, that controls this ring. And they generally have a very particular thing that they collect. And if you offer them something to add to their collection, then they will allow you to pass through. Generally, they're very skittish Fae among all of the Fae creatures. They're the most skittish out of all of them. But, yeah, Gerber baby, yeah. But yes, so the Fae toads are very fun. Okay. Alrighty, Sasha goes, "Anything else?"
So, wait, is Gerber an actual toad? Or
He's a Fae toad.
how is that different from a regular toad?
It's very
I'm sorry,
different.
I've never met a Fey toad before. This is my first time hearing about them.
Well, it'll be quite the entertainment for you then, will it?
I guess so.
I think I will neglect to say anything only out of amusement for your party members. You'll see.
He's gonna lean
soon
over
enough.
to Dusty. Should I be scared?
I mean, I don't think so. I've never personally been to one of these, but I mean, he shrugs. He's like, I mean, this place is awesome, and it's related to the Fae, so
Fair enough. I mean, have you seen a Fey toad before? Like, are they disgusting or something? Like, he's trying to figure out what would make this so amusing.
he kind of like shakes his head. He's like, no, I don't think I've ever spoken to one before, but I'll be learning just as much as you will. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Well, it sounds interesting. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. And if there's anything else, you know who to call or where to come.
Nuri starts to stand up being like, yep, we're good. But then suddenly, like, her face seems to, like, turn serious. And, like, wait a minute. And she's gonna grab the teacup and drink it. We'll see what happens. Does she become sober?
Let's see. Alrighty.
Actually, she's rolling on the wild magic table right now.
I know. Wild drink.
You don't seem to notice anything, personally.
Cool.
Douse and Dusty and Amaris, you notice as and you guys have all been drinking the tea, right?
Dusty
He's
has
nibbled
no-
on the biscuits, and were there biscuits? Or was
Yes,
it just
and
tea?
she did push a glass of tea to all of you.
Yeah, Douse would have gingerly tried it at first because he wants to know how to make.
It tastes very good.
Not how to make it, but it's culinary, so.
It's very good. Amaris, did you drink any?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, and Dusty, you drank some?
Not a drop.
Okay, alrighty. So you guys all notice as Nuri sprouts 2 tall horse ears out of her head.
Douse immediately puts his cup down and just like reaches up to check his own head.
Douse, you don't feel anything. You actually gain the benefits and not any of the bad stuff of haste for the next 5 minutes.
He's just
You're a speedy boy.
yeah.
And Amaris, let's see.
Caffeine.
It's like those guys who get too much caffeine and just can't sit still.
Oh gosh. Okay, Amaris. You kind of like don't feel anything, but it's when you stand up as you guys start to head out, that everyone walking behind you realizes that you now have a cat tail.
You know what? I'm not even mad.
Not even upset.
And all of these effects are only going to last for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And you notice that Sasha's like
Awesome.
kind of snickering a little bit.
So after Nuri drank the tea
Mhm,
and she like sprouted the ears, she doesn't realize that though. She's like,
mhm.
do you know where the heralder starts here? The heralders. Oh my gosh, this is really hard. Ah!
I mean, she is drunk.
She is
Canon drunk.
You know what? We're going to say that was canon.
She-
She does quirk her head a little bit when you say harbinger. But then you said heralder.
yeah, she's like, heralder. Do you know where the harbinger? Darn, Nuri. Heralder. His base, that's the word, is
What information will
is-
you give me?
do you know, before I say I'll give you info, do you know?
I
Yes
don't
or no?
know specifics, but I know
Oh.
general.
Sure, okay. He's got the ocean on his arm. I need the place.
You just pointed to Douse and said he has the ocean on his arm, and she just
Yep.
turns to you, Douse, and she's like, huh. Well, the Heralder, his group is located somewhere in the Winter Court. I'm not sure exactly where, as that's kept very private, and they are very, very hard to track. Because they slip and slink into the shadows quite a bit.
Actually, I take back what I said.
You can't take back what you said.
It's fine. She was talking about the jewel on my bracelet. It's called the Heart of the Ocean.
Nuri's like, you idiot. Doesn't say it, but she looks at him like, what?
The heart
because-
of the ocean.
Yeah, some peddler told me it was a random. I got it. It's a friendship bracelet mostly, but
May I see it?
there's not really much to see about it. It's just a fancy friendship bracelet. My friend.
May I?
I mean, what are you going to do with it? Can I
I
ask
just-
that?
I would just like to admire it.
I'm fine, thank you, though.
Another day.
Douse's attempt to lie through this has backfired.
Yes.
Because he was
Very
trying to say it was the
terrible.
gem.
She goes,
Because
well, that is quite interesting. Well, if that's all, you should
no,
get on.
that deserves more information. That deserves more information.
Oh, what does the fact that he has a gem on his arm?
A friendship bracelet.
Nuri,
Or,
Is there something
Douse is-
notable about this that deserves more information?
Douse is gonna create water and just dump it on Nuri to hopefully shock her out of her drunkenness. And then grab her collar and like, I think we're good to go.
wait.
We will come back maybe later with our questions, but this one is, I doubt she will remember anything that she said.
Rediscovered her ears.
She did. Yes, and
no
Yes,
information. I want to know.
we will come back for that.
I need a silver bell.
Then we will go to the store and buy a silver bell. Let's go now.
No, I need information on a silver bell.
They're at the store.
You do know that.
You do not need information on this. Let's go find a silver bell.
and don't as you guys are kind of like walking out, she goes, and don't forget you can find one of my sisters at a similar location in every town.
Every time.
Mm.
All right, Nurse Joy.
It's a coven of fey witches that all are info brokers.
They all look alike.
Yeah.
The Nurse Joy moment.
Pokemon. Alrighty, so you guys go shopping. Do we want to just... What are you guys purchasing? So we can kind of not have a shopping session.
Silver bells.
And fancy hats.
Fancy
The
hat.
fanciest hat we can find.
Real fan. Like wide brim, massive,
Okay.
like peacock feathers. you
I'm
know,
gonna say you
like,
go into
as
the like
fancy as it gets.
wealthier part of town and you find a very specific hats only store. And you see in the window they have this wide brimmed sun hat. that is just such a beautiful baby blue color, with huge peacock feathers adorning the sides, and white rabbit fur that is around the trimming and the edges. It is absolutely ridiculous and just horribly expensive. But
Fantastic.
yeah, it doesn't look like a rabbit. It is just rabbit's fur, so it's very soft.
Yeah, so it's like less bad, I guess.
That's bad. How much does that cost?
That is going to cost 5 gold.
5 golden rings.
Yep.
Nuri will give the 5 gold.
And then the silver bell will be 1 gold that you'll find at a kind of like higher end general store.
Right.
Nuri's going to buy 4. So that's 4 gold, right?
Yes.
And she's gonna ask for change back as she gives a platinum.
Oh, okay. They will happily do that. And the store owner will also try and convince you to purchase more items.
Well, what's he got? Nuri's drunk.
Oh, would you like some healing potions? Those
She's also soaking wet.
Soaking wet. I don't know if she still has ears or not, but she definitely is like patting them like they're still there.
at this point, all of your extremities have vanished and the haste has worn off. They only lasted for 5 minutes. But he guides you to the potions of healing that he has that are for a whopping 55 gold. Quite the steal of a deal.
What kind of level are they? Like the first kind of, or are they like supreme?
They are the 2nd level of potion. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this real quick. It's greater healing. So it's 4d4 plus 4.
She'll buy 2. That should be 5, 10.
That's gonna be 110.
12 platinum. 11 platinum.
Yeah, 11 platinum.
Yeah.
She's definitely doing that. She's like 12. When no, it's 11. And she like takes 11. She'll pay him platinum. 11.
Okay.
And then
Alrighty.
she will give 1 to Douse to be like, since you're a cleric, she'll hand him a health potion.
Thank you.
And then she'll go over to Dusty and be like, you don't really need one. You're so strong. And then she's gonna go over to Amaris and be like, for my cousin. She's gonna give her one.
She just kind of like cocks his head a little. He's just like,
And when she's like, you're so strong, she's like, tapping your nose and like, shh. Like, I know what you are. But doesn't say it. Emily, you're on mute.
Oh, I was like, it's like Baymax when he's at low battery. The street jumped out a window.
No.
You're so strong.
And so then she gives the other potion to Amaris.
Okay, good.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys can go pick up your horses. At this point, it's about noon. You guys are pretty hungry for lunch, but you guys can head on out if you would like towards the Toadstool Ring.
Nuri
I don't
would
know
pull
if
Rash-
anyone has proposed this question yet or not, but what do we plan to do once we get to the Toadstool Ring?
Super simple. Super simple. All we do is we get him to come out. We give him the hat. Be like, hey, you want a hat? Let me pass through. And then you tell him the ring you want to go to. And then
Yes.
he opens the portal. It's super simple.
That's also important to note, but I meant more about where we're going to go and what we're going to do there.
Is Lake Mount still the plan?
Yes, there's a toadstool really close by to it. And we're just gonna poof. It'll be great.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Sounds good. I'm sorry, Nuri, but you've been acting pretty strange all day. Is everything okay?
It's good. I took care of it this morning. She just kind of like pats her side where you see she has a Val's flask.
He like looks down. He's like, he nods. He says, I see. Okay. Well, I guess to the toadstool then.
To the toadstool. And she's gonna look to Amaris, be like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah,
I can
put
lead
it out
them.
on the map. Yeah.
You guys do
Okay.
notice that it is a pretty windy day today.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
As they're like going back to the carriage and all that, Amaris is actually going to pull Douse aside a little bit and like tell him this so that only he can hear. And he's like, "We need to replace whatever's in that flask with water."
I kind of agree. Honestly, I was scared that she was going to say we were going to the Feywild to fight the Heralder.
I was scared of that too.
Just absolutely like.
She goes straight to the main bad guy, and you all write new characters.
TBK.
Big brain. I mean,
Don't you know the big bad's at the end of the goal, at the end of the line?
Not
according to
always.
Desmond, I mean, he's not really a bad guy. You know, he could be a bad guy, but not a bad guy. You know, and like
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't make you a bad guy.
precisely. So we just gotta trust him. I'm surprised no one rolled insight on that, but it's fine.
Who could I roll insight on? The only one who heard that was Nuri.
Yeah, I guess so. But yes. Any last thing before we go to the toadstool ring? The frog. Because if not, we shall begin our trek and journey.
They gotta collect their horses before they go to the ring. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Dusty kind of puts his stuff in the back and will start directing the horses, following Amaris's directions.
Well, Trapper is like, as soon as you guys get to him, he starts like getting all antsy and is like kind of prancing in place. He's like, "Oh yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go."
Trot in place. Yeah.
Yeah. Head bobbing, everything.
Good. Glad to see he's excited.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see they're both okay.
Yeah,
haven't been
Lucky
injured.
seems fine.
Okay.
You see, actually, Dusty, what's your passive perception?
17.
17? Okay. You notice that Lucky It seems like his head is raised ever so slightly higher today. It still looks slumped, but ever raised so slightly higher.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Dusty will actually ask. He'll say, "Did you guys have a good stay?"
Trapper's like, oh yeah, we got all the apples, we got all the brushing, got my hooves cleaned. It was like the whole spa treatment. Um, Trapper's like, and Lucky goes, it was nice.
Far better than this place.
Well, good. I'm very glad. We may have to
Mhm.
come back here then. They treated you so well. One day.
You notice that like their breath is also really like minty. They're like they smell really good because they got baths. They got like their hair is shiny.
Dang. Money will get you a lot here. Dusty kind of says to himself and nods, and then he like harnesses them up and gets them ready to go.
Okay. You guys hop in. There is only one person allowed to be in the front. Or two people allowed in the front.
So if Dusty's driving, maybe we should have Amaris up at the front so that she can direct him.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty. So you guys do have to go off the beaten path in order to find this toadstool ring. As you guys start to travel. Sure. Yeah, as you guys start to travel. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I have reached 59 pages of notes.
Dang!
Okay.
Oh, also to turn to the chat in this moment, Roxy Bird, we need more drunk Nuri. Agreed. Always fun. We have Melody Wolf from Twitch, who says Nuri always gives secrets away when drunk. Yes,
That is true.
I honestly thought she was gonna be like, he's a robot. I was like, I would have not been too surprised. But she didn't, which was good.
I'm not sure which one was worse.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Douse isn't happy, that's for sure.
No, Douse would not be happy. Dusty's not even really happy about that either. Part of the reason he asked if she's okay. She taps it. I mean, he's never seen someone drunk before. Not like this, you know. So he probably
Dusty, you've seen her drunk like 2 or 3 other
understand.
times because you had to stop her from spilling to everyone that you were a robot when you first told her you were related.
I mean, I guess there was like that. I guess
She
you've
almost
seen her
spilled it.
before.
Yeah.
She did get pretty close.
She almost spilled it to like everyone.
Douse had no hope with this one.
Yeah, it was
Suddenly,
over.
Ocean Arm. What?
Over there.
To be honest, guys, I
It's
do
over
not
there.
actually have a token for Gerber today because I forgot we were going to the Toadstool Rings.
I would suggest to pull up the Gerber baby from like just like that, but I am afraid that if we were to do that, bad things may come upon us. Not at any fault of Gerber specifically, I'm sure, but just to be safe.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna try and use.
I guess that's it for our session today, folks.
All
Come
right.
back
No.
then.
Time.
No,
Yeah, Sasha
we're
totally was
gonna
flirting with Dusty. I agree with Melody Wolf. A lot
we're
of
just
people flirt
gonna
with Dusty. It's kind of weird.
okay, guys,
Hey,
I
he's the one
promise
who's not super married.
It's true.
It's true.
I
But will she
promise
stay
that I will
super
get
married?
one.
I don't know.
Eh,
You crossed the line.
he did cross a pretty big line.
You'll have to see. I will have to get a picture of a toadstool of a fey toad soon. But for now we will just use a basic human token just to represent his person on them.
Oh, a
Just so you
Gerber
guys know.
Daisy. Bad idea,
Alrighty, so you guys, Amaris, as you guys are leading him towards where it is on the map, you realize that you do have to go off the road a ways. So I know this map looks like you guys are still on the road, but you realize that you guys are kind of going off the beaten path, so it's getting a little more bumpy with the wagon, as you guys are getting kind of knocked around a little bit. Nuri, at this point, you've had quite some time since you were drunk. You're starting to get in the irritable, like, phase. Not quite as loopy. But
Okay, cool.
But then again,
Well,
I guess it also depends on what kind of an alcoholic Nuri is. So, but you do come up upon a very big ring of toadstools. All these little mushrooms that are all forming this ring. And you guys stop in front of it.
Nuri would have actually been kind of dozing in the back, like
Mhm.
coming in and out. And so when they stop, she kind of just falls into the floor of the wagon area, and then like gets up. She's like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." Okay, wide-eyed.
So this is it then? Dusty asks.
Yep, this is it.
Okay. We can take Trapper and Lucky with us, right? Like the wagon and everything. Hadn't come to my mind before.
Got
Just
her
for,
right
like,
as she's eating some of her lunch.
so
What's it? Her rations? Come on, man. She's eating that dry bread.
My rations here.
it's so
I
unfortunate.
gotta have my dried out biscuits, you know?
Yes, that's right. The several day old biscuits.
But we can take the cart with us, right? The cart and horses.
Okay.
Yes, we can take them with us.
Good.
If the toad likes you.
If they like us. Okay, well, everyone put on your most likable faces, I guess. And he just kind of like cricks his head. He's like, just be nice.
You got it.
Right. Good. So then, I guess we're following your lead, Amaris, since you've done this before, I suppose.
Oh yeah. She gets down from the cart. Gerber?
Yeah, there's like also like 3 trees nearby because it's a very open area. But you say Gerber. And from behind one of the trees, you see this like head pop out. And he's got this like dark brown skin, and he's wearing a giant hat that is in the shape of a bright red mushroom with little like white spots all over it. And he's got very not like long pointed ears, they're actually like short, but they're still pointed. Um, and he's the only like shirt that he's wearing is actually like a vest, like a light green vest that looks to be covered in like moss. I love the toadstool already. Yeah, he's awesome. Um, we're just gonna have this token to represent him, but that's not what he looks like. Um, as he
No, it's
pokes.
canon.
No, no. And he's wearing very loose fitting pants that are just trousers basically. As he kind of pokes his head out and you just see him curiously like looking at you guys. His eyes are just like big and a very bright emerald green.
Oh, Gerber, I have heard so much about you, but they have failed to mention just how fabulous you look.
You see him like first it was curiosity and a little bit of like fear, but when you say that and you just see like a little smile as he kind of like curls into himself a little bit, but in a good way of like you see him touch his hat very nicely. And then he kind of like steps out from behind the tree. You see him kind of fiddling with his fingers a little bit. He goes, "Thanks."
Okay, I'm sorry. My roommate watches the stream. She just showed me a picture of Toad from Mario.
Not quite Toad from Mario, but that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Amaris gives a bit of a bow, and it says, "My name is Amaris, and me and my friends, well, we would like your assistance to help us travel to another toadstool ring."
He coyly kind of looks at you and he goes, well, I wish I could, but I don't quite have it in me right now.
And Amaris is like definitely planning on doing this, but she like thinks she's got a bit of a she looks like she's got a bit of a thoughtful look on her, and she's like, "Oh, you know what? We actually have something for you." She's going to go back to the wagon. Who currently has the hat?
Oh,
Douse.
I think
one
Douse
key.
does?
Douse does.
He's not
also,
going to trust Nuri with it at all.
That's fair.
Also, one key thing: this guy is like 4 feet tall.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like Douse's
It's
hat.
like Douse. Yeah, it's like Douse. Yeah. Okay.
Amaris is going to go to the back of the wagon and retrieve the hat from Douse.
He hands it over. He keeps an eye on Nuri to make sure she doesn't say anything.
She looks like she's just kind of rubbing her forehead as she's like leaning against the corner of the carriage.
Amaris brings the hat over to Gerber, and it's just like, only the best for a fancy little gentleman like you, as she gives him the hat.
And he just, for me? And he reaches out and he grabs the hat and he seems to just like gently be caressing like this beautiful hat as he's like examining it. And then you see him just like, he kind of, after he spends about a minute of like examining it and admiring it and like kind of holding it out and looking at it in the sun, you see him turn to the side and you see he's got like a little pouch and the hat disappears into his little pouch. And he goes,
Bag of holding.
huh? Yeah,
He
a
has
little
a bag of holding.
bag of holding.
It's only filled with hats.
Yeah. It's only for it.
The bag of hat holding.
There we go. And he goes, "Alrighty. Wheel your cart into the circle of toadstools and you're good. Where do you want to go?"
She does another bow and just be like, "Oh, thank you so much. We are looking to go to the toadstool near Lake Mount."
"Oh, all right. I'll send you there."
Thank you. And she gets back onto the cart. She's like, "And Gerber, you are you're just a sweet guy. I hope we run into you again."
He smiles and kind of bats his hand a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, of course. Maybe you'll come through here again." Um, and he grins and he goes, "Say hi to my brother Brock for me."
Rock.
Of course we will.
Alrighty. So Amaris will direct Dusty to bring the cart like directly onto the ring of toadstools.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I need to bring all of this to the front. As you bring them over here, and you see him kind of like grab just like a pinch of what seems to be like this magic dust, and it almost seems like as if he pulled it out of thin air from his hand. And he goes and he sprinkles it all around the toadstool ring, and you notice that the ground within the circle starts to glow this nice autumn gold glow. And it starts to spin as like these glittery sparkles of gold start to spin within the circle. It's very mesmerizing. As they slowly spin and the bits of gold, and it almost looks like it's leaves that are mixed in with this gold magical energy as they pick up with this cyclone of wind that wraps around you guys, and suddenly all you can see is gold and autumn leaves just surrounding you, and they go up into the sky, and in a moment they all come up and dissipate. The gold magic dissipates, and fallen autumn leaves trickle down and land on the ground. And you are now no longer at Basin Wind. You are now at the toadstool ring closest to Lake Mount. Woo!
Wow.
Also, you may
Fast
not
travel, guys.
We
Fast
did it.
travel.
We did it.
You may not have seen it in the Twitch chat, but Melody Wolf asked, "How does Douse react to it?" And I'm assuming it was either the traveling or the toadstool.
Oh yeah, to seeing it because he hadn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Douse is slightly bewildered by how he looks. He's like, okay, like he's seen some interesting things underwater. So there's like blobfishes and whatnot. So they look weird. So he's not too startled with that. But he is like, his reaction is mostly curious of like, what is this creature? As for the whole psychedelic trip, he's got a bit of a headache. It probably hurt his eyes a little bit. He's just like, what am I looking at? It's kind of like when you look like at a TV screen and there's like very bright colors all in your face at once. You're like overstimulated or whatnot.
Yeah. Nice.
Nuri hurl.
This is Nuri hurl.
I don't know. She's done this a lot.
Yeah,
High
that's
or
true.
low, Amaris?
Let's go high.
She
I
does
only
not
say that-
hurl.
Ah, dang it! I'm only saying that because she's recovering from being drunk, so.
She seems like maybe she goes like, whoop, but she keeps it down.
Gucci.
Dusty actually, like right after you guys appear, he just kind of says, just kind of aloud to himself, I love the Feywild. Just blanketly. Amaris, you hear it loud and clear.
It is
Yeah.
a beautiful place.
The Feywild is so fun. I love it, especially in this world. Okay. You guys
Douse is
do
just like, I was saying, Douse is. Was that Amaris saying that she loves the Feywild, or was that?
Dusty said he did,
That's-
and then Amaris
Okay.
said it is.
Because Douse's reply to that would just be like, let's wait a bit before doing that again.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Gerber told us to say hi to Brock. Do you think that he's... And he just kind of like gestures around, because we are in another circle, correct?
Yes, you guys are in another circle of toadstool rings. And this area is like way more heavily forested. There's trees everywhere.
Yeah, Dusty just kind of says, do you think Brock's here? I mean, I assume that's why he would tell us to say hi, right?
Yes. And Amaris is going to look around.
You do not see anything as you look around.
And Amaris is just going to call out, "Excuse me."
And you just you see coming out, because they always come out from behind a tree where they're hiding. You see another 4-foot tall toad come through, and this one, it looks like he's actually got like a nest in his hair. He's got like this thick, long brown hair, dark skin similar to Gerber, and you actually notice that there are 3 little eggs in the nest.
He's like,
And
"Yes."
and he comes out and he's got like these dark blue eyes, and he's wearing actually a coat this time, because you guys do notice one of the most significant things you notice is that it is a lot cooler here, as you guys have just traversed quite the distance, and it is a lot colder, so you guys might want to break out your coats. It's not like terribly freezing, but it is a lot cooler, more chilly. And he seems to poke out, and you actually see him like in his arms like 10 frogs that he's holding.
Oh, good.
And he just pokes his head out and he goes, "Yeah, what you want?"
Are you Brock?
"Yeah, I'm Brock. I'm
Gerber
I'm
says
Brock."
hi.
"What?"
Gerber says hi.
"Oh yeah, Gerber, he's a good one. He likes all the hats.
Mm-hmm.
He likes my hat too."
Yeah? It's a good
"All
hat.
right,
It's a lovely hat.
thanks. I like my frogs more. They're good." And you just hear like all these ribbits.
Good. Do you know which direction town is?
Oh, it's about a day's ride that way.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll get going.
Or sorry, it's a half a. Or wait, no. Yeah, no, it's a day's ride. He goes, he tries to give thumbs up with one hand, as he's like trying to corral his frogs. And he's like, "All right," and then he like just disappears behind the tree.
Perfect.
You
Okay.
notice that it is like kind of trickling just a little bit. Here. So it is a little rainy.
Okay. Dusty, he'll say to Amaris, "Feel free to get into the carriage. Seems like it's gonna start raining. I'll
Well,
be
it
fine
is
out
just
here."
a little bit.
I'll be fine as she pulls up her hood.
Okay. Well, let's get going. And Dusty will start leading the horses in the direction that Brock pointed.
Alrighty. So since this place is very thickly wooded, you do need to be careful. As there isn't really much of a path. As you're trying to like weave your way through the woods. And it is already getting very late at night, and it's still very thickly wooded where you're at. You think that you could probably camp where you're at. There seem to be a lot of trees that provide at least a little bit of cover, but you've also got your wagon as the like tarp of it is kind of, it's reflecting at least as much of the rain as it can. But it is getting, as you guys have been traveling, I'd say it is probably very late in the evening, starting to get dark. And it's getting colder.
So it was lunchtime when we traveled through the first toadstool, and then when we arrived, it was night. Does it take like a couple hours for the magic to happen, but it feels like minutes to us?
Sorry, I guess I was fast traveling it a little bit. So it took you guys an hour to get to the first toadstool once you left town. It took you an hour. Then you traveled through that to this guy, and then he pointed that it was a day's ride that way. And then you guys started traveling, and now it is getting darker.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So you guys have traveled for about half the day. And it's been very thick wood, but let's say you finally found at least a little bit of a path that you think you can use to get to the main road. But you need to stop it for the night as it is getting very dark out. And it is starting to rain pretty heavily.
Okay.
Well, if the party pulls over, Nuri will make tiny hut for them. Rich will cast it.
Okay, what does tiny hut do again?
So tiny hut is a 10-foot radius dome of force. It comes up like above and around you, and it lasts for 8 hours. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. The spell fails if larger creatures or more than 9 are in the dome with you when you cast it. But we can move freely in and out of the dome. All other creatures and objects that I have not deemed as can pass through can't pass through the dome.
Okay.
And other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. And the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
So are you going to cast it like outside, or are you going to cast it on like the carriage so it's inside the tiny hut?
Outside, because the tiny hut is it's bigger than the carriage, I think.
Okay. I was just wondering if you were going to include the carriage within it.
No, it would pop it.
Okay, alrighty.
Because it's 9 medium or smaller creatures, so the horses can't be in it either.
Okay. Alright, so you create tiny hut for you guys to sleep in. So are you guys all going to sleep the night away in there?
Let me see if there's something I could do to like make a home or a covering for the horses so they don't get rained on. I can
Roll survival.
yeah, because I can use like mold earth and stuff to like move the earth around and create a small shelter for them. So I'm gonna try to do that.
I will say roll with advantage survival.
Okay. Not great.
That's
It's
a
a
9.
9.
I'm gonna say what you can do is you find a tree that provides mostly some good coverage from the rain, that they are able to lay down lay underneath as you like untether them from the carriage. And you're able to use mold earth to kind of make rivets for where the rain is like coming down, and you make it so it goes away from where the horses are, so they have a dry spot.
Okay. Good. He also makes sure that the horses get rations for the day.
Okay. You feed the horses, and they are very happy. Okay. Alrighty. Well, are you guys keeping watch or just going to sleep?
Let's keep watch. Dusty can take the first watch.
Okay, are you making the tiny hut see-through then in order to like watch?
So Nuri is sorry, my camera's wigging out. Nuri has set alarm around them and the horses with her words of magic because she can cast through it, so she used a spell slot to do that. Oh no, she actually just ritual cast it. And then Tiny Hut, she would. Let's see. Yeah, she'd make it. Well. So it's transparent from the inside. So from outside, she makes it look like part of the trees and ground. So people can't see in, but we can see out. It's transparent from the inside. So.
Yeah, that last sentence of the spell.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, so yeah, Dusty, he'll take first watch. I guess we're going like 2 hours, then I think we need 3 watches. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, Dusty will take first one.
Okay.
Douse will be fine taking second.
Okay.
Okay, and who will
Mars
take
can take third.
Mars can take third. Okay. Yeah, Nuri needs to sleep off the alcohol.
Nuri can take last watch if no one else is taking it or anything. But.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys begin the evening. Right. Can everyone tell me their passive perception?
12.
Ooh.
I've got 17.
17, 9. And like in the 20s for Sierra somewhere over there.
Something like that.
I know hers just like crazy high. She's on mute, by the way. Sierra, you're also focused in. We can see you.
Yeah. Sorry. I was going 2, 0. I was like, wait, 20? 20? She has 20. She got +5 from a feat she took, so it's 20.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, throughout the night, you guys sleep. Everyone feels fine as they go throughout the night. Amaris, you can't help but feel a little bit on edge. But other than that, you don't notice anything.
Something's gonna happen.
What? It's a spooky forest.
Can Amaris like look around more intently? Like she feels like something's off, so she's like
You can roll
she's
perception,
like okay.
which this is during third watch. The last watch.
Okay, perception. That is a 6.
6. You do not notice anything out of the ordinary.
Does the alarm go off?
Nope.
May I roll perception at disadvantage because it is likely that I'm not facing the correct direction to see what I need to see.
It is during Amaris's watch, but I guess you don't need to sleep.
Yeah, technically I'm always conscious as I'm resting. I do need rest, but I'm conscious.
I'll let you roll perception if Amaris mentions something.
Okay.
Because if she doesn't say anything, there's nothing that's like denoting you to be like, I need to look more hard right now.
Fair.
If Dusty is still conscious,
He's always up.
yeah, she will say, "Can't help but feeling something's wrong."
You don't get a response from Dusty because he can't speak in this state.
In this state.
I actually have inspiration.
In this state.
Yeah, what are
do
you
have
gonna
inspiration.
use?
You
Are
can
you gonna
that.
use it? You guys have to use your inspiration at some point.
We do.
Ah, fine.
I
I'll use
haven't
it.
had a roll at all.
Ah. You may perceive once again.
Hey, are you rolling
Do I
to?
go with- Let's go with all 9. Ah!
Do it again. Well, that's better.
13.
13's
Hey.
better.
You look out, and you don't seem to notice anything.
Oh, okay. Dusty is also gonna attempt to perceive his surroundings.
Okay, you may roll.
It's like,
Straight up.
That's strange. Okay.
26 perception, Dusty.
It's a little better.
That's a lot. That's not a nat 20 either.
That's a 19. So close.
Dang. Okay,
Not today.
you rolled the 26 with your perception, and you're looking out. And it is so incredibly dark. You know,
With that 26 roll, you only see black.
it is very dark, but you almost feel as if you saw the shadows move, but you're not 100% sure if it was a trick of the eye or something else.
Strange. With a 26?
Yes.
Strange. High or low? Let's have our resident DM Emily choose.
Let's balance it out. Let's go low.
Okay, let me put that. So, this is to determine if Dusty will.
Like lurch up or not.
Hold on.
Okay.
How big is your alarm radius, Nuri?
The alarm radius, let's see, 1, 2, no, 16, It's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot radius cube or
No.
20-foot diameter?
20-foot cube.
So it's a little different. Also, Dusty stays motionless. He just kind of stays back. He's like, maybe I'm just extra tired today. He thinks to himself.
Must have been the wind.
I will say you aren't able to, since you've got like the tiny hut, you aren't able to fit the entirety of the carriage in there. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Anything else you guys are gonna do on your watch?
Douse will water his bracelet.
Good. Alrighty.
And he may take a look at Nuri's flask there to see if he can get a good mental image of what it looks like, or the city that they're about to go to.
Alrighty. You do so. You can get a pretty good mental picture. Okay. Morning dawns. And nothing seems amiss, as far as you know.
I don't like seams.
Yeah.
You ready to hit the road? I'm assuming we've already started eating breakfast and whatnot.
Yeah, and you packed up the wagon.
Yeah, we get breakfast in. Give the horses some rations, which were in the cart. Like goes over there, gets the rations.
Okay.
Make sure they've eaten.
You saddle up the horses.
Yep.
And you notice that the cart, as you start to wheel it forward, the back wheel breaks.
That's not suspicious at all.
I was worried something like this might have happened. The road's been kind of bumpy. Here, let me take a look at it. He like sets the rein to the side, then he like hops down. He like pats the horse. Just hold on one sec.
So it's Dusty and Amaris in the front, so Dusty hops off. Douse and Nuri are in the cart. Dusty, you go around. Yes, Scarletty, the music. Yes, I purposefully did ominous.
I'm so glad we did not have that spoilers. We don't get the music here, and
We don't hear the music.
Role-playing land. We hear no music, so
It's fun.
I mean, I got my background Spotify playing, but yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I completely missed what you said because my headphones like turned off all audio and said low battery.
That's not good.
Dusty's going
you-
out to check the wheel.
Yeah, and you're still at the front. So Dusty,
He's
you
the
go.
first to go.
Roll investigation for me.
Okay, investigation. Investigate. 14. Not bad.
Okay, so you, from what it looks like as you're kind of examining this, is that it looks like that one of the ends on the wheel has snapped. From further investigation, it looks like it might have been like sawed through a little bit to weaken it. You think that you could fix it by like just tying some things together or using mold earth or something to try and like bring it back together.
Druid shenanigans.
Druid shenanigans, you think that you could repair it enough to get to town, but you definitely will need to get it like fully repaired back once you're in town.
Yep, wheels broke. He kind of calls out. like, might be able to grab a couple things and maybe fix it together. Some vines, some dirt. Might be able to put something together.
Amaris.
And he
Oh yeah, and
he actually like goes around towards the back of the cart. And as he does, well, he like steps back till he can see Amaris, and he just kind of like motions for her to come with him.
As you do that, I do need to know, Amaris, what's your armor class?
11.
11. Okay. As Dusty motion, as Dusty motions to have you come over, 2 crossbow bolts come and strike Amaris in both in the same shoulder, just out from the trees. Amaris, you are going to take. Where's my dice bag? This is a surprise sneak attack,
That's quite unfortunate.
and you are going to take.
Time to change my soundtrack.
Okay. You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage from the first one and 14 points of poison damage. And
Minus 20.
you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage on the second one.
Roxy
With-
Bird asked if she can use her inspiration for Amaris right here.
Oh, the trap card!
To give
The
them
trap card!
disadvantage? Okay, I will roll with disadvantage.
What would it just be a straight roll because they have advantage?
They did have advantage, but
Yeah.
I didn't save the rolls, so I'll just
Okay.
re-roll it straight up for them.
Okay.
You said 11 was your AC.
Yeah.
They both rolled a 12.
Ah!
Dang it!
No!
I'm sorry, Roxy Bird, but
Oh.
you used it. It does still hit. Amaris, you were right here. So the first one was for, what was it, 6 points of piercing, and then
6 points
14
piercing.
points
14.
of poison. And the second one is for 9 points of piercing
Uh-huh.
and 19 points of poison damage.
Ah,
Guys,
48
I'm down.
total. 48
down?
total.
Oh my gosh!
Down.
How are
Are
you
you bleeding out?
down?
You're just bleeding out?
No, you have 46 hit points. You shouldn't be
It's
down.
48 total.
I have 46. The first one was 20,
Second
and then-
one is
and then 29 piercing, so that put me at 17, and then 19 for poisoning.
yep.
Instant out.
Boom!
Dusty just like turns towards her and he like gestures gently, to which I'm sure Amaris like turns to him.
And then he
And
gets
in that
shot.
moment, she just like falls onto the ground. Just
More like she's
completely
still on the
motionless.
cart, but she's like pinned to the cart now with
Oh,
2
good.
crossbow bolts sticking out of her.
oh, good.
As we are going to roll initiative. Amar's still roll
Oh,
initiative.
fantastic. Kind
Um,
of important. Yeah.
as we are now
Come on, come on, come on.
entering combat.
The 4 to initiative. That's so sad.
So as she gets hit by these bolts, she is going to cry out in pain before she goes down.
Yeah, Dusty just kind of lets out just like a really
Oh
firm
man.
no as she like gets hit, and he just calls out, "We're under attack!" As he like, you guys start to hear like his footsteps start running.
Running where?
Towards Amaris, but you hear his footsteps.
It's not his turn yet. He can't run yet. he's just starting. Oh, this is so stressful.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I need
Douse!
to clear the list because it's still got all the
Douse.
Dreamholder stuff all there.
Got a 9, buddy. But you know what? That's
Yeah.
okay. It's before Amaris, which means you can use your healing word.
I know, right?
Yes!
Can
Yes!
use healing
I am
words.
so
Also-
happy now.
Real quick, Emily, a message from Roxy Bird that I'm pretty sure is to you. These dice are
Oh.
rigged.
Yeah, use different dice. These ones are rigged. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta switch now.
You're using the blood dice, weren't you?
You gotta switch.
I was using today my purple and my green dice, but I'll.
Very
This
fancy.
This one's my pink Triceratops dice.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they impaled.
No, that's what the. Yeah, put those down for this fight. Pick some different ones.
Okay, fine.
Oh, look at that. I've been impaled.
I'll grab the bloodstained dice again. Yeah,
I'm not
we'll
sure I
do
want
that
those
one.
actually.
Yeah, I don't like those ones either.
Yeah, we'll do the bloodstained and my purple.
Oh. Well, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. We'll be fine. I got a 19 for initiative.
Okay.
She re-put that in. Okay.
Yeah, you guys have to re-put it in. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, 19. Nuri got a 14. Dane got a 9.
But
and
it's before Amaris.
got a 4. So
He can heal her. He's a cleric.
now we just
Yep.
need the bad guys' initiative. They got their surprise round. So I'm sure the high
wait.
dex assassins will roll lower than a 19.
As
I'm
long
sure.
as long as it's lower than a 9, we're set. I guess Dusty can heal too, but
Okay. I need to.
yeah, I'll work. It is the sisters.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Hang it over there,
So-
Coin.
Dang.
We should have told Sasha. She saw this out.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Sasha
In
wouldn't
one
do
day?
Yeah,
That. She
she
actually
would.
totally would.
I didn't know she could.
Information.
Yeah, you don't know if it was Sasha or not.
It was Sasha.
Sasha. Homo.
You never make deals with the Fey witches. No.
So actually, Roxy Bird just messaged me privately
I-
saying that if Amaris does not get out of this, I could totally bring back Jade.
That would be pretty epic.
That'd be
Oh, that'd
funny.
be chaos. That'd be great though.
Epic. Dang.
Yes.
They rolled a 21 for initiative, so they go first.
Oh
They
my
already.
god.
One of them are. They already win. They shot us.
That
Someone else
was
is
their
good
surprise round.
Surprise.
I know.
You can't just nullify the rogue class like that. That surprise rounds have to exist.
They're NPCs. They don't get it.
NPCs
If it
can't
makes
have
things more
surprise rounds?
complicated for us, then it's not good.
Alrighty.
Evil paladins are not allowed to exist. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys, I love you. I love how Amaris also just freaking KO'd. I'm right on the spot. Doesn't even know. You guys don't know if it's the sisters or not.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
sorry,
but
we
I
don't
like to
know.
think of it as like these two sisters who've been contemplating, planning meticulously, and she just instantly goes down. Like, wait, what?
They're like, dang!
Since last time we fought her?
Did she get weaker?
Just so weak.
No, they just got really strong. That's all.
Yeah.
Smart. Poison's one.
Alrighty.
That's
So,
strong.
Dusty, they're gonna shoot at you. Are
Okay,
you resistant to poison as a?
You should be.
Let's give
If
it a
not
look.
immune.
Let's
He's immune to a disease,
give it a look.
at least.
I have resistance to poison damage.
Resistance?
Are you immune
Okay,
to
so you'll
disease?
take
I am immune to disease as
Yes.
and you'll take half of the poison damage. When if they shoot you. Which one of them completely missed. Wait, what's your AC again, actually?
well. I do not have my shield up, so my AC is 16.
16? Okay, yeah. This one definitely missed. Because she rolled like a 5.
So they are on this
And
side
then-
of the cart then, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to shoot at me.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Or I guess they could technically shoot me from the bottom right side of the cart, but they would probably have some difficulties shooting
They
at me from
are
that angle.
Camouflage. Well, not they have some form of camouflage on them right now.
Okay.
But they also, it's very thickly wooded and very tight corners. It was a very perfect spot to ambush.
But the bolt does hit like right behind me on that side of the cart, correct?
It actually comes from this direction.
Okay, from that direction.
Let me do like an arrow.
Okay, something like that.
So one of them just shoots straight into the ground.
Okay.
The other one also rolled a nat 20. That
I'll
was
put
on
it
the
on the board.
bloodstained dice.
I told you.
Oh no, take those
This
away.
is why we said. This is why we said that's not the right one.
Switch it out if you guys want me to.
Yes.
It's fine. You do what you want.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you are taking half damage on the poison. But double damage on the dice. So I guess you're just taking full poison damage. Oh. Well, they rolled really bad on this one, even for a crit. Well, I guess if it's doubled, and then you're gonna take half of that. Okay. So basically, okay, I'm gonna do the math. 2 plus 3 is 5, and then double that. So piercing damage is 10 piercing damage. Poison damage is 11, but then double that is 22. So then half of that will be 11. So 11 poison damage.
Are you still up?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. So that was their turn. Now it is Dusty's turn.
Okay. So Dusty doesn't know exactly where they are. He has an idea of where they're shooting from. He is going to call out to the rest of the party that they are somewhere. They're somewhere far in front of the cart. I can't see them. And he's going to come over here towards where Amaris is. He's gonna jump up to where she's at onto the cart, which he usually doesn't jump up this quickly, so the cart bows a little bit as he steps on top of it. And then he reaches out a hand towards Amaris to cast. What shall he cast? That's a very good question. Cure Wounds, and he's going to cast it at 4th level, which is his current max. So,
So, welcome to the chaos, Ian Wise, as Melody
welcome,
Wolf
welcome.
put it.
So that's he heals for. I'll go ahead and roll that. 48 plus. So you regenerate 23 hit points as he puts his hand down
Dang.
and he brings Amaris back up.
And don't forget, you do have the potion, Amaris and Douse. The potion of
Yes.
greater healing.
That is his action. He like gets her up, and he as she like comes to, like her eyes open, he says, "They're somewhere far in front of the cart. I can't see them." He recounts the same thing to her. Then he's going to cast his, as a bonus action, create his spirit totem. It will take on the form of a hawk. He does not use this one very frequently, but this one will be helpful.
Alrighty.
Um,
I'm gonna say the horses will act at the end of Dusty's turn, so they are very much startled, and they're like trying to move the cart forward, but it's like broken, and so it's like breaking the wheel like more.
Yeah.
As they are like desperately trying to like go forward to get away, but they're kind of stuck in place. So I'm gonna say you guys move forward just a smidge.
just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen.
Okay.
what-
And
10 feet.
Dusty is going to put the hawk. Let's see, it came from that direction, so he's going to put it down in, and this is important. So
Oh, do you need
the-
a hawk totem symbol thing?
yeah, that would be fantastic, actually.
Yeah, let me
But
get,
the bonuses you get from being in the aura of the hawk, is that I can give advantage to attack rolls to anyone inside the aura, and you all have advantage on wisdom perception checks while inside the aura.
okay. Greg, I did
I'll-
give you access to that token.
Okay, perfect. I'll put the aura down. Right, it is. Okay. Good. And that is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, it is now Nori's turn.
Okay. So Amaris just dies practically.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of hard for
so-
you guys to see inside. But
Well, there's a window on the front though, you said.
yeah, it's like a small window, but yeah, you can just hear her get pinned, and like a scream, and then get pinned, and then like silence from her. But Amaris, did you make any
Yeah.
noise coming back to life?
She probably did gasp.
Okay. The
So,
arrows are still pinning you
Nuri,
to the
either
cart.
way.
Okay, Nuri.
So Nuri, either way, will jump to the front of the cart
Like get out and go around.
and just jump up to the front through the window.
Well, the window
The
is
window.
a small window. You can't fit
Yeah,
through
that's
the
okay.
window.
She jumps up to the window. She's not jumping. She's
Oh,
jumping
okay.
up to the window, to the front of a cart.
Only Douse could fit through that. It's so strong.
And
Oh, I don't know. His
she-
shoulders might be too broad.
she immediately casts the sphere around Amaris. Out of panic.
The sphere. Let's go.
Oh, the protection bubble sphere.
Resilient sphere.
Ocha Luke's resilient sphere. Classic.
The
Um,
hamster ball is back, everybody.
Hamster.
The hamster ball.
Run him over.
So I think you have to make a save for it. Yeah, so you need to make a dexterity saving throw if you don't want to be enveloped in this.
You may choose to fail if you'd like
Which
to.
you could recognize what she's casting because it's happened to you before. So.
Right. I think Amaris is like still waking up and like getting her bearings together, so I will allow this to fail.
Yes.
Okay.
She is protected.
In the bubble.
In the bubble. And then Houdini acts technically separately from Nuri, but like follows commands. Is told, yeah, he's going telepathically. She'd be like, find them, and so he's gonna go find them.
Alrighty.
If they said it's coming from like over here.
Yep.
So he's gonna like fly into the tree like right over here.
Okay.
So he has cover and is going to see if he can see anyone.
Um,
And
can
then
move him over here.
You will have
oh,
advantage on the
sweet.
perception check because of the hawk totem.
And he's an owl. Boom.
Big time vision enhanced.
I should actually pull out his card.
Alrighty. Douse, your turn.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay.
I got so much I can do. I got buddies. So then her manifested mind is also going to just out the window, the side window.
Okay. The purple
Let's see, it's bonus
magic
action.
mind.
So as my bonus action, I'm moving him up to 30 feet.
Okay.
And he's just like word, so he's like moving across the ground like a snake.
Okay.
Where's my
Here, let me
pen?
pull out this thing for you.
So it came out of here.
Here.
My first thought is that was a flower.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this just her magic. So Sierra, you can control this token now.
Oh, cool. So the manifested mind goes right there. It's on the ground, like hiding in the bushes, also looking for these people. And then she's going to just like duck out of view, just like as the rest of her movement is just ew. Because her protection spell is concentration, so she's just like out of sight.
She's like, I'm gonna hide. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Now it
And
is
then now
Douse.
she's dead.
Now it's Douse's
Oh,
turn.
did they see anyone? Did they see anyone?
No. So
No?
what you
Okay.
can see is what you can see from.
Well, I can't see their stuff. I can only
Oh,
see
you
from my
can't?
position. No.
Oh, they might not have vision. No, they have vision.
You don't have to worry about it. You can just tell me when I'm moving them if they see someone.
Okay, they don't see anything. I'm surprised you can't see.
I'm
them.
done now. Thank you. Douse, go kick their butts.
All right. Douse, he's going to, seeing that Amaris is taken care of, he's going to bolt out of the
Back?
Yeah, out of the back. He's in. Oh no, I didn't mean to draw. I meant to measure.
That's okay. I can delete it.
The line.
Oh, thank you. He's gonna book it over to this spot if I can ping it real quick. Right here. That should be 20. He doesn't see anything yet, so he'll come out a little bit further. 25, 30, 35. Still sees nothing. So he's going to cast Expeditious Retreat, which allows him to dash
Oh my gosh.
for a bonus action.
Oh dang.
So 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He still doesn't see anyone.
What you see is what you see, and it's thickly wooded.
Yeah. He's going to then hold his action to do a water whip if he sees anyone.
Okay.
Would that
Well,
cost him
what
key
your
points to
action
hold it?
was. Okay. Well,
My casting times expeditious retreat is a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
And it says when I cast a spell, I get to do I get a dash.
Okay.
And then anytime afterwards, I can dash as a bonus action.
Okay. That makes sense.
If I'm understanding this spell correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So, would it take my key points if I hold a water whip, or
I would say only if you get to use it.
only if I get to use it? Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Amaris, your turn. You guys have no idea who these assassins are. I love how Sierra's just smiling like,
Is she still pinned to the wood? Like, is she still
Yeah.
pinned to it? Because she had the bubble form, but I guess it formed like around her back where the pin is.
Yeah, because she's pinned to the cart.
Alright, so
All right.
she's pinned to the cart, so the only choice she really has, or would pulling them out count as my movement or my action?
I'd say you can count it as your movement or your action.
Okay, because I also want to take that potion of healing, that Nuri impulse bot. Drunk impulse bot.
Mhm.
Coming
And
in
so,
clutch.
My rule on drinking healing potions in combat is that if you use your action to drink it, then you get max healing. If you just use your bonus action to use the healing, then you have to actually roll the dice for it.
Okay, well, she can't really attack outside the bubble. I don't think she's even registered that she's in the hamster ball right now. So,
Fair.
so she's going to pull the darts out, and of course, kind of scream in the process because that hurts.
Yeah.
So are you using your movement then?
I'm using my movement to pull
Okay.
out the arrows and my action to drink the potion.
Okay, so you'll get max healing from it. I think it's 4d4 or something like that. It's 4d4 plus 4.
So, and that's like, I get max those 4d4.
Yes. 4d4 plus 4, and you max it
So
all.
20. Right?
That's
Yeah, because it'd be 4 times
yes,
4,
20.
16 plus 4,
Or
yeah, 20. Get 20.
Yeah, I'm almost at max health again, guys.
Yay! Yeah, now Dusty has got less health than you.
And after doing all that, I think that's when she realizes she's in the hamster ball.
She's like, wait, I remember this. Alrighty, it is now the bad guy's turn.
I'd love to see them shoot at the ball, not realizing what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be so funny.
Alrighty. Both shots strike straight at the bubble. And they just clink, clink, even though one of them literally, like, critted.
It was a natural 20. Was it on
Yep.
the blood dice? This is ridiculous.
Get rid of those fetching blood dice. Oh my gosh.
Melt them.
I like my blood dice.
I don't like your blood dice. Not anymore. I thought they looked cool. And they do.
They
But
do.
they also make
It's
they're
funny
also really
because
painful.
just a quick story of how I got them is I was like at this con with Kobe, and basically you had to like roll like this dice. Basically you basically had to run through like a tiny module, and I rolled a nat 1, and so I died. And then they gave me these dice as my death dice. And well, I guess now they're causing death everywhere.
Blood for the blood dice.
Lord, the blood of my death shall pierce through. I don't know.
Curse
Horrifying.
all of your players from this point on.
Yeah. Okay, it is now Dusty's turn. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. There, before that happens, there is going to be some... Alrighty. Alright, now it's Dusty's turn.
Okay. Could Dusty use his action to try and see where they are from where he's at? Because clearly they can hit us. So they have a sight line somewhere. So could he like try to find them with perception?
I'm gonna say it is going to be very, very difficult, but if you would like to roll investigation for it, you may, for your action.
Okay. Could I bargain for perception? Because I will get a lot more stuff for that.
Sure, because it is just going to be your sight, your field of vision. So yeah.
Okay. Because that is helpful, because that means I will have an advantage with my hawk spirit. Let's
Alrighty.
go this perception check. 21.
21. Alrighty. Okay. You can gather that with the direction that these bolts have been going, and you see my line here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. You see that they were coming from this direction. This is the line. Okay? Did everybody see that?
Okay. But I don't know that as Douse.
Nope. Alrighty. So that was your action, Dusty.
Okay. So he's going to point in the direction over there. He reaches up and holds on to his he has his druidic focus. It's a small totem he wears, which he doesn't have any of his other gear. He didn't think that he would need it, but he does have this. And he draws a little symbol in the air, and as he does, he says, the darts are coming from over there. And as he says that, he's going to, let's see, how far can he do this? Measure. Be that far. It might be better for him to do something else, but he does need to give that like more exact location. So he's going to use the grasping vine spell as his bonus action. Oh, actually, he doesn't need to. He has something that he can point with. He's going to move his totem. I thought I was going to have to summon another thing for this. I already have something summoned. That is my finger. That is my pointing.
Your pointer.
As a bonus action, he can move the spirit up to 60 feet to a point that he can see. Point. So he's going to move it that way, and he's going to call out that they are in the direction that the totem is moving. And then the totem moves and scoots along. I wonder
So
if it even
Douse,
let
you can
see
hear
how
and see that. When he just
I can
pointed
hear
with
him.
his hand, you couldn't see, but
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, he's going to use his movement to like, yeah, he comes back. He does some some shenanigans. He goes back into the back of the cart like this, and he's gonna grab his stuff from behind the cart. He grabs onto his quarterstaff and his shield specifically, but that's his movement and action and bonus action. So that is the end of his turn.
okay. Alrighty. That at the end of your turn, the horses are still like pulling. They're kind of freaking out, so they do pull the cart 10 more feet as they're pulling and tugging. The rain has gotten worse. Just so you guys know. So we're gonna add some thunder sound effects.
This is my territory.
Yeah,
Water
there we
everywhere?
go, Douse.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, there we go. So just adding the sound effects.
Very fancy. Very
Yeah.
snazzy.
I hope the audience likes my music. The thunder is spooking the horses as well.
No, no.
It's starting to get a lot muddier outside.
Also not very great.
No. All right, it is now Nuri's turn.
Well, just let it be known, I came up with a genius idea. It's been vetoed for this battle, but
Not by
future
me.
battles, I have
Okay,
a
I never
new
said
fighting.
it was vetoed. I never said it was vetoed. I just want you to understand what she's going through right now.
Oh,
But Mars doesn't know who it is. Nobody
she
knows.
probably assumes though because they're targeting her.
She went down within the first strike.
Inside.
Oh well. Human shield. Reserve it for later. Okay, that is my new
Bubble shield.
power attack, and I love it.
The bubble shield.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Human shield. It's a human shield.
All right, Nuri, what are you doing?
Nuri is going to have her bird go further. It can actually go 60 feet. I just looked at its card. I thought, can I go 30? So, 60 feet.
Okay.
60 feet to there. Wait, I can't see where that is, so could you move me to there?
Yeah, here, let me move the bird. Can you see anything?
Wait, I vaguely see... Oh, is he on top of someone?
He's right next to someone.
Oh, shoot!
He does notice someone there. Just like right next to him.
Telepath. The bird's gonna just start squawking. And...
Where exactly is he?
He is
Keeping?
right here.
Right
And the trees
here?
are really thick, so right through here it's going to be difficult terrain, but he is right here.
So the bird
This is-
squawks
This is too perfect.
and mentally is like, found them! But... Okay, the bird doesn't know that. My spell book would know who they are, but not Houdini. Okay.
Yeah, Houdini's like,
Yeah, I found the people! My spell
Oh,
book,
wait,
though...
can't you see through Houdini?
she has to do something.
I don't have
specific
to, I just
for
have
it.
to, like, I lose all my senses of where I am to look at where he is.
It does take an action,
Well, what happened? That was weird.
or like a minute or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't think it takes a minute. Let me just double check. It's a spell. I'll put it in so you guys can see it. I can cast a spell through him, but he can't attack, which is a little confusing. Okay.
As As an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. During this time, you are deaf and blind with regard to your own senses.
Yeah, okay. So he can cast a touch spell. Wait, do I have many more touch spells?
But he has to roll to hit, though.
Yeah. Actually, he's gonna use his action to dash. Because now he knows where they are. He's gonna just like hide up into the trees and get full cover from this person. But like he knows where they are now.
Okay, so I'm gonna put him up in the trees. He is going to fly.
Because he knows where they are, but he's gonna do that so next turn he can be better. But now, my other buddy
Your magic words.
knows where that person is.
Hello.
I'm assuming they can't see the person from there?
No.
Okay. Then they're gonna dash. Where was it? I think it was around here. I can't see from their point. I can't see, so I think that's in the area. But again, they're like a snake, so they're like slithering across the ground. I'm gonna dash upwards, and I'm just like hiding under the bushes, and they're gonna get next to the person under the bushes.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this one next to Houdini.
Okay. Yeah, so they're right there, which if the spellbook can see them, the spellbook has all of my notes and stuff, so they would be able to recognize them.
Do you have notes on your cousins?
Well, they're the sisters of Amaris, trying to kill Amaris. My most recent thing is Amaris got the info by telling Sasha about her evil sisters. So, like, there's stuff riddled in there about the sisters and, like, trying to kill Amaris and stuff.
The spellbook right now can only see one person.
Would they be able to, like, recognize them, though? Because they, like, look like Dane. They look like Amaris.
Well, have you written... Because your spellbook has all of the knowledge that is written in your book, right? Or is it all the knowledge in your mind?
It's in the book. So, like, I've written things about Dane and how we found Dane, and has the spellbook would have seen Dane.
Yeah, have you written any descriptions about them?
Straight up descriptions, no, but the spellbook has seen Dane. It was formed by Dane's sleeping body, so
I'd
would
say
recognize that.
It looks similar to Dane and Amaris, and like the person that it's seeing is a young elf woman, about the same age as Dane. And it's feeding you all of this information.
Okay.
It's not directly saying, like, I know that this is one of the triplets. It's not saying that, but it's feeding you all this information of, this is what it looks like. It brings to your mind those notes of, like, hey, it looks very familiar to Dane and Amaris. Possibly, you know. But there's
so
only
could
one of them.
Nuri put it together then? Who it
Yeah,
is?
I would say Nuri could put it together, but the spellbook goes off of the knowledge in the spellbook.
Okay.
And so it's like, here's all of the notes, kind of a thing.
Okay. So Nuri now knows who at least one of the assassins is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Does it see the weapon? Can it see if it has dual crossbows or one?
One crossbow.
Which means
and
there's definitely two.
And two, short sword.
Okay. Nuri is going to have her spellbook mind. It's going to cast Levitate on the sister. Because I can cast, like, once per long rest, a spell through the spellbook as if I was in their position.
Okay.
Casting Levitate would drop concentration on the bubble.
Oh, would it? Never
Yeah.
mind. I'm not doing that. Psych. I didn't realize it was a concentration spell. My apologies. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Alrighty.
Instead, I'm doing Magic Missile
Through the spellbook.
through the spellbook. And I'm going to do it at 3rd level. Yes, 3rd level. Okay. So that gets me 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. Ah, okay. I'm really stressed about this because I don't want her to kill my spellbook. Okay.
Yeah.
Did not even know that was a game mechanic. Spellbook.
Well, I can
dies.
summon it back, but
What'll happen to the merch store if Nuri's spellbook dies? Like, it's
it
over.
can't happen.
Don't worry,
Okay.
people can still get Nuri's spellbook on the merch store. Notes not included.
Yeah, doesn't have to be a live. Warning: living, incorporeal spirit, magical being living inside of book not included.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wish we could sell plush Houdinis. Or like
That'd be awesome.
little wave bracelets. You know,
Oh,
that would
yeah, no.
be cute.
I could do the Houdini plushes.
Ooh, there we go.
Well,
There we go.
So, it does 19 points of force
damage to her.
damage. Yeah. And the spell book, let's see, dashed from where it was,
Mhm.
which I can figure that out real quick, just to see if he can back out. He was like here, and then he went to here, and then he went to where he is now. So he can't run, but he's hidden under the bushes, and then suddenly there's just like darts that fly at her from
Okay.
underneath the bushes.
Alrighty.
And Nuri is going to shout to the parties, being like, "It's the triplets!"
Well, technically, they're not all.
Dane's here?
Three.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Well,
Dane? And
Yeah,
what does Amaris do when
triplets.
she hears that?
it is the triplets.
We'll get to that when it gets to her turn.
Alrighty, it's Douse's turn though.
I have big plans.
Yeah. So
So,
you're heading over here.
yes.
It is.
Can
going
I
to
get
be-
through that?
So it is going to be difficult terrain, but you have what, 35 feet of movement?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can make it to right here. So this is 30 feet right here.
I can't move my guy through that. Do you mind moving me
Oh
for
yeah,
it?
I can move him.
Perfect.
Do you
I
see
kind of
else?
want to. Yes. And I will be spending a key point and using Shape the Flowing River, which is a wonderful ability. It allows me to, as an action, I can choose an area of ice or water no larger than 30 feet on one side, which I assume means 30 feet long.
Yeah, probably.
And I can probably make that into an L-ish shape.
Yeah.
Okay. You can change
and-
water to ice within the area and vice versa. You can reshape the ice in areas.
And I can shape the ice.
Super Katara vibes right now.
Oh,
I've been watching way too much Avatar.
It's,
Oh,
it's
yes.
with the rain too, because it's all the rain that he's gonna use.
All raining.
Definitely. So
Just the guitar moment of the. and everything
Her
freezes.
perspective, what I want it to be is basically walls form up on either side of me and around her to kind of make. She has an exit through me, basically, of ice that can go up to 15 feet tall.
Is that good for you?
Maybe a little bit wider, but yes.
Okay. Like that wide?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's my action. I will look at her and just be, "You've done messed up," and I will then use Tentacle of the Deep to summon my tentacle as a bonus action and put that next to her. Right here.
Okay, let me pull up a tentacle for you.
Just crack your neck, crack your knuckles. Just taunt her. Bring it on.
Yep. When you create the tentacle, you can make a melee spell attack against one creature within 10 feet. Oh, let's put it right next to me then, because it doesn't have to be that close to her. Wait.
Oh shoot, yeah. When you create it, you can make the attack.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So behind me to my side.
Okay, sorry, give me 1 sec. I'm trying to find one that would work. Maybe this would work?
This is a warlock attack.
To Roxy Bird, yes indeed, the Kraken has been released.
Not really like a big... Sadly, there's not really like a big tentacle. Maybe I can use this whirlpool. Yeah, does that whirlpool look good?
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. Let me give you control over it. Okay, now you can move it where you want.
Perfect. That is I think a 16 to hit.
16 to hit her?
Yes.
I believe.
And it's going to be just behind me, I think.
Yes. 16 does hit.
Awesome. She takes 1d8 damage, and her speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Dang. Okay, so roll for damage.
5
Dude,
damage.
Okay.
Way is coming in clutch right now. This is literally his warlock feature, in case anyone was curious.
It's warlock and monk combined.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wunk.
Wonk. You feel Way's presence in your mind like a raging storm. The thunder, the rain, everything around you, you just feel in your element.
Douse takes a moment. And he's just enjoying the rain. Let's do this.
Way canonically recognizes her.
Also, thanks Ian Wise for following the adventure. But yes. Way is so awesome. For those of you who have just started watching, Way is the heart of the ocean that is also Douse's patron and companion. Kind of forced companion, but yeah. Okay. Alright, so you've got your tentacles, so you're blocking off all escape for her with these ice walls surrounding her that you formed from the rain itself. Okay. Alright, so that was Douse's turn. Anything else? Alright, Amaris. Coming over to you.
Alright, so she just woke up. She just healed herself. And then out of nowhere, these two darts come flying at her, bounce off the ball, but it still startles her. And imagine her getting so startled, she kind of rolls off the carriage.
Okay.
and then just like
Taking no
continues to
damage.
go, like taking no damage. Thank you, Nuri. And she just kind of like goes off to the side, and then she hears Nuri. It's the triplets, and she's like, "Oh, fetch." And she is going to pull out her rapier to prepare for battle.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
No? Alrighty. It is now their turn. Alright, so first off, Dune is the one that you have trapped, Douse. And you see her throw her crossbow on the ground and pull out her sword. She seems to have this like death glare towards you. And she pulls out, so she tosses the crossbow to the ground, pulls out her short sword, looks at you, cocks her head a little, and smiles before coming and attacking you. Swinging the sword. Alright, let me roll the hit. So she's gonna use her multi-attack on this one. What's your AC?
That's a good question. I haven't looked at that. It is. I think it should be like 14. It says 12 right here, but it should be 14.
Okay, she rolled a 15 to hit on the first one. And then she rolled a 13 to hit on the second one.
So the first one hits, second one doesn't.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
it's for some reason it's not taking into my unarmored defense, or taking into account my unarmored defense.
Okay.
Which is my wisdom and dex added to 10.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna take
Strange.
5 points of piercing damage from the sword. And then you're going to take 17 points of poison damage. Okay?
That's a lot of poison.
Yeah. They got nice weapons. Alrighty, and then you're also going to be shot from behind with a, whew, that hits. Not a crit, but a hit. She rolled a 19 and then like lost her ads and whatnot.
Okay, I'm catch it.
Ooh, okay. So that's a key point, and you have to roll the.
I don't think it's not a key point unless I throw it back.
Oh, okay, yeah. But do you have to make some sort of dexterity thing? You can use your reaction
roll
to select or.
reduce it by 1d10 plus my dex mod plus your
that's what
monk
it is.
level.
Okay, so let me roll the damage real quick. Okay, sorry, there's gonna be 4 points of piercing, and then
But the poison doesn't hit unless it hits me, right?
yes, that's true. So
So I only have to block the 4 points, which with my deflect missile I rolled a 1, plus my dex mod, which is 2, so that's 3, plus my monk level, which is 6, so I'm at 9.
so you block it.
Who did that?
I just am now looking at the chat. God. This
Is that the song that's playing right now? We've established we
No.
can't hear it, but okay. So not even a little bit. They're just going off, just because
Is it
I'm
the
glad.
YouTube chat?
I've
the
never
YouTube
been more proud of
So
our community
okay, so
here.
you noticed that it was coming from behind you. So she steps out. Dahlia steps out into view as she has now shot you with the crossbow. And you.
Oh, there's
deflected
2
the
of
missile.
you. Nice to meet you. Name's Douse.
The name's Douse. And you see that Dahlia doesn't look as like smiley and creepy as the other one does, as Dune. Dahlia seems very serious, like almost icy cold as she has the crossbow still in her hand. And she's just frowning and glaring. And Dune goes, well, there would be 3 of us if the other one didn't go and fall into a coma.
Oh, that's who you are. I see.
But that's okay,
My
we didn't
name's
like her
Douse. I'm
anyway.
playing your sister.
um, and with that, we will end their turn. But as we are coming to the end of our time here tonight, we will put this battle on pause for next session, kicking it off with Dusty at his turn. But we will end tonight's session with that.
Double flipped my expectations. You said, and with that, I'm like, we're ending. We will end their turn. Oh, it's my turn. And also the session. Dang it.
Yep. Oh.
Fine.
Yes, I am. So, what did you guys think? Chat, how are you feeling?
Chat.
I will
think
say
Chad-
this now because I'll
You guys are too excited for this scenario. I think that's my problem. Way too happy.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
know,
like-
right? We're confronting the triplet. Well, I guess 2 of the triplets.
confront
Dude.
your trauma, Amaris.
That moment with the Douse is just so hype. Can I just say he's
Yes.
just like whoosh, water bending, a tentacle comes out, just whack.
I want
So cool.
that
It was
So hype.
fantastic.
as an animatic, honestly. Like, Douse comes through and
I
just
gotcha.
yes, Megan, please. Just the
Just
ice
laughing.
particles and then turns it into like ice wall, brings in tentacle.
Very
Ah,
good.
man, so cool. Douse,
This has been
Douse is
very
great.
good. Very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Very good.
I was
Audience-
excited when you're like, it's raining. Because I was sitting there trying to figure out how to use that. I was like, oh, I could use my endless decanter of water, and I can scatter the water and use that. It's raining. It's raining.
Heavily raining. There's
You're like,
plenty of
I
water
am
around.
extra powerful in the rain. Don't
And who
challenge
knows
a
if Wei will
waterbender
reach
on
in
a
or
night
not,
side.
but yeah.
What were you
Yeah.
thinking?
I was gonna say, and who knows what Wei will do in here
Exactly.
if she does anything. But
Yeah. Well, she's with you right now. She's like empowering you. Like,
she is, and I'm already using her power. So that's the thing. I was like, oh,
mhm. Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you guys love the drama. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your chats, everything that you guys have been saying, for all of your support. Honestly, come back again next week, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, YouTube and Twitch. I have no idea what's going on with the in-stream chat, why it won't show up on the screen for the YouTubers, but I'm sorry about that. We'll try and figure that out. It seems to just work whenever it wants to. But honestly, we love you guys so much. If you love the Harbingers campaign, please support us by going on and onto our store, buying some merch, or just dropping a tip, or honestly just continuing to watch the show, because that does so much for us, and we love you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you. So with that, we will see you all next week, and yeah, we'll continue the story.